Hello, hi, this is Mike Balzer from All Things 3D, and we are actually going live at this particular time at the Santa Clara Convention Center for AW, which is Augmented World Expo. And so right now I'm getting set up here, and we're going to go down to the main floor. Sorry for joining us late. Like usual, I'm always running a little bit late, but so we're going to go ahead and go into the main expo room right now. Right now we're taking a little ride on the escalator. So it appears we're here around lunchtime, which may be the best time to get in there and start talking to people. So we'll go right in. So immediately in front of us are those unique little robotic kiosks. As you can see, this is the Beam Pro. But we'll do a little cursory 360 around this particular area, pan around. And I think we'll start to our right here and see if we can get high. Ah, thanks. Hi, I'm from All Things 3D. Anybody want to provide me a little bit of what's going on in this booth? So it appears right now we're in the IEEE Standards Association, correct? Well, if you'd like, I can come back later. Okay, I'll tell you what, I'll just go over here for a moment. Okay, I'll come back. So we'll see what's going on. Okay, and what, about 10, 30 seconds? Okay. Hi, I'm from All Things 3D, and I thought I'd stop at your booth first. We're live on Google Hangouts on Air, plus I have some off-site shooting as well.
Okay. Would you like me to grab a spokesperson for you, or do you want to swing back by?
I'll swing back by. I was assuming you were that spokesperson.
I'm sorry, I'm not.
All right, thank you. Hi. So what booth are you with? Would you like to give me a little bit of? Okay. Hi, would you like to talk to All Things 3D really quick, or?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and take the microphone. So I'm Mike from All Things 3D, and we're live on Google Hangouts on Air right now. So go ahead and kind of tell us what you're doing here.
Yeah, so
go ahead.
if you're not aware of Chayu, we are a software provider that provides tools for image recognition, and augmented reality. Crafter is our suite of toolbox that you can use. So we have a content creator, we have an SDK that you can embed to create your own applications, and we have what's called the cloud image recognition service, which allows you to scan an object and search through a very large data set of objects that you prepare in your collection, and trigger for each one of them a different content. Now, what we are presenting here at the show is what we call on-device image recognition. So with on-device image recognition, what you have is the ability to pull out content even when the user is offline, so without internet connection. With this in mind, what we can do basically is open up the cases for things like second screen, for instance. So being at home, scanning the display, and recognizing that without having to hit a a broadcaster with millions of interactions simultaneously. Another thing that we can do is, for instance, if we are stuck in a car accident somewhere, and the car is it doesn't have to necessarily be an accident, but the car breaks down, and you need to check some alert button that is appearing. What you could do is take your smartphone, scan that alert, and receive information from the car dealer, from the car manufacturer about what you can do with that car, what you have to do now that these alerts pop up, and all this you can do it offline.
Wow. Okay.
So if you want to see this demonstration. So this device is loaded with around 100 images with objects like this one, so the Kellogg's Nutrient Grain, or the Ritz box, or any of the pages of this catalog. So if I slide the pages, you will see that it goes to page 2, page 6, etc. And all of this very fast, in around 300 milliseconds on this iPad 3. So these are the two things that we are showing, together with a demonstration of our Unity SDK that allows you to create
so you're using Unity.
within Unity.
Okay, great. So I think I've seen this before, but obviously there's another product out there called Augment. What makes yours a little bit different than Augment?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
What makes yours different than Augment?
Okay, so I think that our most important strength is on the image recognition component. Okay. Actually, up to date, so in the last 3 years, we have done more than 420 million image recognitions through the apps of our partners. And actually, chances are high that if you have used an augmented reality browser, behind the scenes was using Chayu, because we also license our technology for others to create applications and platforms.
Okay. All right. So not only do you have your own application, but you also license it to other people.
So we provide the service, and we also license it for others to provide other services as well.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Nicola.
Hi, can you give me a little bit of a, can you come on All Things 3D and tell me what you're doing here?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm a bit nervous, actually.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. Just relax. There's only 1,000 cameras on. No, just kidding. So, hi, my name is Mike Balzer from All Things 3D, and you've got some very cute characters there. What do they represent?
Actually, we have a lot of products, but our latest product is we make cards, alphabet cards from A to Z.
Okay.
We have two types. One is animal cards, and one is
I see some other. Can you go ahead and pick one of those up? Okay.
So this is a pack of animal cards.
Okay.
And let's say, this is the monkey card.
Okay.
If you scan this in our app, it will like augment this monkey, and you can actually rotate using this card. And the monkey itself also can interact with the food. Like, for example, monkey eats bananas. We have a banana card, and it will reach the banana, like, yeah. And also our next product is this Octaland 4D Plus.
Okay.
We're calling it this Octaland 4D Plus because in the future we're gonna make an animation series of it.
Okay.
And it's occupations from A to Z, like A for astronaut, B for builder, Z for zookeeper, and like for example, this is Violet the vet. If you scan this in our app, you can actually see them alive, come to life. Like they'll be in 3D mode, and we also you can also see the information like how vets work or how a writer work, builders and things like that. We're trying to help children to get the idea of how when they grow up, like what kind of professions we have, and we're also trying to like we're using images to teach children to learn easier for them. Like
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So it provides feedback.
Yeah.
It's kind of like flashcards, but they because you detect the images, it provides immediate feedback.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're eliminating the parent.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm assuming this augments the parent's responsibility by providing a tool that they can play with along with their child.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Well, that sounds really exciting.
Yeah.
Do you have a business card?
Oh yes, I should have. Okay.
And you can have a bookmark for
Alright.
me.
This is a really nice card.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go out to that website, you'll see my podcast on it as well.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'll definitely
Great.
see it.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, this is really cool.
Yeah, we're actually, I do live streaming using Google Hangouts, and I have a unique setup here that allows me to do that.
Okay.
Very few, actually no tablets can do that except the Windows tablets. So they have their,
Okay.
yeah.
This is really futuristic.
Thanks. And is there someone different here? Let's see. Okay. Huh? Excuse me. Hi. Hi there. Hi, you want to tell me a little bit about what you're doing here? Sorry? Oh, on the other side. Okay. Yes.
Were you in London about 3 months ago?
So here we're at the Intel booth, and it looks like they're showing off something with their RealSense technology that we're familiar with, but it looks like they have it on an Oculus. Kind of an interesting contraption there. But let's see if we can get somebody to talk to here shortly. Let's see. So, you know, one of the things that I've noticed immediately with this show is that the booth people are very attentive, answering questions, which obviously doesn't help me a lot because I'm looking for people to talk to. Yeah, I really think it's neat. Are you from Intel or? Are you with Intel, or can you talk about the technology here? Hi, I'm Mike Balzer from All Things 3D, and kind of tell us what Intel's got going on here.
Actually, we're part of the Innovator program from Intel, so we're actually not from Intel.
Okay.
So we're just sponsored.
Oh, okay.
We're showing some of the features of the Intel RealSense combined with the Oculus Rift DK2 and the stereo camera. So we're creating kind of a see-through glass with the Oculus Rift and augmenting the things you see with data from the RealSense camera. So we do face recognition, facial expression detection.
Okay.
Also, we have the activated feature of pulse detection and all those different information the RealSense camera can provide. So it's a showcase for the combination of the Oculus Rift with the RealSense camera.
So what do you think the use is for this? I'm looking at possibly autistic people who may need some coaching on expressions and so forth.
I think that might be some use case if the facial expression, if you fail to recognize facial expressions yourself, that might help. So it will show you a smiley, frowny face or something. Maybe you can augment it even further to show actually emotions. So that might be a use case. But I think that in social interactions, it's not really feasible to wear something like the Oculus Rift, because I think it will always confuse the others around you if you wear such a device. So it's mostly a showcase for everything else.
Well, I talked to somebody else where they're using something like this to demonstrate expressions. So either they can mimic it themselves because the camera is looking at themselves, or it can verbally tell them that person's happy. I know it's sad, you know, being normal, we don't have to deal with those type of things, but there are people out there that need to be coached, and that is part of the process. I think in
a coaching context, this might work if the other person is aware of the other person's situation. This might be a good use case, actual training. But I think you can achieve something with a different camera setup. I think less intrusive.
Now, the other thing is, obviously, this is kind of a first stage. Hopefully, this will all shrink further and further.
Yeah, I think that's the case. I think we're seeing HMDs which are getting smaller and smaller. So, and this is only the development kit too. So maybe they get smaller too. So that might be some progress in it where it's really feasible, like a see-through glass actually from size. So,
right. Okay, so TNG, being sponsored by Intel to present your. Okay. Well, thank you very much. Very nice. Gosh, you know, there's an opportunity here for all kinds of material. Let's kind of take a look at what they're doing here at the Apx Skylight. So it looks like it is a goggle system. And I don't know if the video is what she sees, but I'm assuming it's probably a heads-up type display. So she's interacting what looks like in a warehouse. So let me see if we can get in there and kind of talk to her. Hi, you got a moment to talk to us?
Yeah, actually I'm not allowed to do media.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Sorry. But you could, yeah, you could probably have one of those.
Okay. That's a little surprising. So let's see if we can go over there and find somebody to talk to. Excuse me. Do you have a moment to kind of give us an overview? Yes. Well, just give me an overview. It doesn't have to be a very detailed.
Hold on. Let me get the right person.
Sure. So it appears, if you look at the table there, that these are some type of heads-up type displays. Obviously, if you're familiar with the Google, I've already forgotten what it's called, but that's okay. But it looks like that it's some type of modification to that type of structure. So, okay. So.
If you're interested afterwards,
Oh, I will be right over there. Yes, please. I'm glad you came over and grabbed me. Most people are kind of ignoring me. Do you have time, or should I go on?
Would you come back?
Hopefully.
Sure. That's the thing. Like, so our person was literally standing here 2 seconds ago, and that's how we're just trying to.
Okay. Well, I'm always surprised. I see 4 people in the booth, but nobody can talk. Hi, I'm Mike Bolzer from All Things 3D. Hold it as close as you can to your mouth, but essentially tell us what you're doing here. I tried to go over there and talk to the people over at that booth there. Said, oh, we can't give, you have to come over here. So kind of giving me a better overview of what you do here.
Sure, absolutely. So here at Apx Labs, what we're doing is we're demonstrating our Skylight platform, which is an enterprise it's a platform for the enterprise users to deploy onto wearables, including smart glasses as well as smart watches.
Okay.
So what we do at Apx is we help the deskless workers to connect into their enterprise backend systems and take the data that already exists in their backend systems, process that data, and present it on a number of different wearable platforms, such as the Vuzix M100, Google Glass, the Epson Moverio, and a number of other platforms. The really cool thing about Skylight is it allows users to get information wirelessly in real time and contextually relevant information so that they can do their job in a way that makes them more successful, more efficient, and safer through their job.
Oh, okay. So looking at the video over there on the left, it shows a warehouse type scenario.
Sure.
So I'm assuming that's somebody wearing some type of heads-up display with a camera that's being monitored and presented back to, as you mentioned, an enterprise video warehouse or analysis system. Is that what I understand?
So we work in a number of different scenarios, manufacturing, warehouse scenarios, as well as field technicians. So those users that are out in remote environments that need to get help. And we can work over either a Wi-Fi or a cellular connection. And so think of it as if you're a field technician, right? You're maintaining turbines. In the field, you don't want to carry around lots of documents or reference materials or other drawings or other things like that. So when you're out on the job, if you have Skylight on either your smartwatch or your glasses, then you can access video content, images, and other types of information in real time that's relevant for the task that you're doing. And if you need more information or more help, then you can call a remote expert. So you can stream your video back to a subject matter expert that's on a dashboard, and then they can provide step-by-step guidance or help or actually highlight areas of concern that you need to walk through.
And then you're looking at these through the heads-up display.
You're looking at what you're seeing. Basically.
Do you have a demo of a mock-up, or this over here in the displays? I see several glasses. Plus, it appears you're giving away glasses too.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
You're giving away some free glasses as well.
Yeah, so we're giving away some not smart glasses, and we're showcasing smart glasses.
Okay,
as well.
So obviously Google Glass is part of that group.
Yes,
but
exactly.
What else do you have there?
So we have Google Glass, we have the Vuzix M100.
Okay.
We have the Recon Jet.
Okay.
And then we have the Epson Moverio.
Okay.
As well as the Sony Smart Glass, which we're demonstrating over here.
Okay, great. So very interesting, and I can see how useful that would be, not only from a warehouse perspective, but a technician, somebody out at a plant or something that may not have all the information. They can immediately be the eyes for somebody else and provide, in this case, feedback directly so they can visually, like information on a screen, schematic, or something like that.
It's very important, yeah, absolutely. And we're seeing a lot of performance efficiency and with big businesses that have invested a significant amount in their back-end systems and making those workers safer and more efficient in their jobs.
Wow. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Okay, well, let's go over here to ODG and see if we can get somebody here to talk.
No, it's using real world. It's looking and says, okay, I understand where I am, and I understand where I'm looking.
You know, ODG sounds familiar, and the reason for that is that I watched them, if you remember, at CES. They kind of grabbed me as I was going out, and yeah, it's really, really interesting that what's happening here. Hopefully they may have a newer prototype.
Bumper and on the rear bumper, so you're parallel parking, and now you're looking through the car and going, okay, now it's their design, it's their hardware. Yeah, and we do it embedded into the OS, and we partner with people like Yeah, no, run over somebody. What's going on? My camera's right by the feet. You can do what we like to do.
Hi, can you kind of tell me what you're doing? I think it was Bobby who grabbed me over here, but it looks like he's very busy
Patrick,
now.
He just went that way, said for me to talk to you guys.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm on from All Things 3D, and I think you guys were at CES as well, right?
Yeah.
And I had an opportunity to try this setup. So let's see what's happened in, what, 6 months?
Sure, yeah. So we've just announced the launch of our R7 glasses. This is targeted to the enterprise market. It's a high-end tablet on your head, incorporates all of the latest and greatest technologies from the mobile world. We have a quad-core 2.5 gigahertz processor, built-in Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, multiple IMUs. We actually have three-axis IMUs integrated inside.
Wow.
The price got announced today, $2,750.
Okay, so you do have a price
C2
now.
Dual displays.
Okay.
Each running at 80 frames per second. 720p.
What's the resolution again?
720p displays.
Okay.
Each running at 80 frames per second.
Okay. So how much has the actual physical design changed since December or January?
Great. Yeah. So the whole front is magnesium.
Oh, okay. You mind if I touch it?
Sure, absolutely.
Still seems a little hefty, but
so yeah,
it's durable more than likely
it's
because of the
extremely
magazine.
durable. Target to enterprise about 5 ounces.
5, okay.
Versus the previous design, so it's actually slightly lighter.
Oh.
Yeah. The retention is very. If you notice, it comes in wrapped all the way around the back.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't move at all. Extremely comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah.
All of the,
actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip my cameras around and I'm going to try it on.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah. So.
Not for one-handed operation, huh?
Looks good on you.
Thanks. Yeah, it goes with everything else I've got on me. So yeah, sorry there, but yeah, it appears that the screen does focus correctly. As mentioned, it is a 720p. I can read the text. I can still see everything else in front of me. So you said 2750?
2750, and what's interesting is right now the displays are on, right? But no one can see what you're seeing, but they do see your eyes.
Okay,
so it's a very private experience, right?
Can I have you hold that just for a second?
Sure.
Thanks. Lost my headset there a moment. Okay, so there we go. So yeah.
Right now the displays are full on. I'm looking at email, and yet you can see my eyes, but you don't see what I'm seeing. So it's a very private, secure experience. So you could do banking, anything mobile, email, texting, no one sees it. We also have a finger controller.
Oh, that's right. You have that at CES as well.
Finger, allows tiny gesture controls, optical trackpad, all your Android buttons. Our system runs on Android. So if you're an app developer, you can develop on our system right off the bat.
Okay. Now, that's a Bluetooth little headset, right? Or handset. That's a Bluetooth?
Yeah, it's Bluetooth low energy, correct.
Will you be selling that separately? Because that seems like a unique.
Will actually ship with one of these.
All right. So if I wanted to buy that separately, I cannot.
You can buy this separately.
Oh, you can?
You can, yes.
And what's the cost of that separately?
The price on this hasn't been announced yet.
Okay.
It will soon.
Okay, I like the idea of that. Actually, I like the whole thing,
Thank you.
but I like the idea of that as well.
Great.
Well, great. I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, well, that was very interesting. So let's keep looking. So yes, as mentioned, we did cover them at CES, and it appears that the system is very similar to the one that I tried on there. So let's kind of move on and see what's the ARC, augmented reality. It looks like a military operation type headset, and if we look over here, we can actually see somebody demonstrating it with the screen behind them. So yeah, it's ARC 4, true augmented reality. So I'll try to just get in there and maybe we can get a little visual and see what the system is like.
So they can quickly physically plug and play. And right out of the box, right? So the way I look at it.
Well, very neat, very neat. All right, well, let's go ahead and keep moving on and see if we got somebody at Ether Labs. You have a moment to talk. kind of, okay, I'm from All Things 3D.
Okay.
Kind of bring it close to your mouth so we can take those. So what do we do here?
Hello, we are Athir Labs, and we are smart glasses for enterprises. So in our platform, what you see is we have stereoscopic smart glasses. Here we see our developer kit that is showing 2 displays, and by using 2 displays, we can create a very large screen floating in front of you.
Okay.
The other important aspect we bring to the table is natural interactivity, as in we can interact with the content using simple gestures of tapping in front of you, swipe or zoom, as well as we can speak to the glasses or use head motion to access information.
Okay, so what kind of technology is involved with this? And obviously there's a projection-based system for the visuals, but what are you using to recognize gestures?
Yeah, so in terms of recognizing the gestures, we use the time of flight sensor that is built into the glasses,
okay,
and that recognizes the gestures that we're doing. We are very unique in the algorithm that we have developed. It is all running on a mobile platform. No one else has this gesture recognition running on a mobile platform. Normally, you have to connect to a computer for most of the platforms. Here we have an IP that is specialized in making it a very lightweight gesture detection.
Very nice, very nice. Soft kinetics, possibly?
I'm sorry?
Soft kinetics for your time of
yes,
flight?
That's correct. We are using, yeah. And the cool thing about these glasses is these are Android-based platform.
Okay.
So any applications or workflows you have developed on Android can start running on our glasses immediately. That makes it much more productive in terms of ecosystem, as well as how quickly you can adopt into your workflow. And we are targeted toward enterprises, so industrial, oil and gas, medical field, where the ROI will be tremendous in terms of speeding up the process, as well as essentially safety of those workers.
Okay, that seems to be the theme here. Do you have a price for it already, or is it to be announced?
The developer kit is available as a pilot project. For the final production version, we haven't disclosed the pricing yet.
Okay. All right, well, thank you very much for your time. So that was Ether Labs, and now we're moving on to Luxoft, and a small booth, but you can see the video running in the background. Obviously, providing heads-up functionality, augmented solutions from an automobile perspective. Pretty interesting. So, yeah, it's. In their case, I think they have one individual. It looks like they have some hardware that they're using to provide some of their support process. It looks like a small little micro ITX or a mini ITX board. Okay, well, let's keep moving on. We might come back. Let's go take a look at Project Tango. Now, we have so let's see. Hi, you have a moment to talk with me? Okay. So we're in the Project Tango booth. If you're familiar with it, this is the group from Google. And they made a strong showing at Google I/O with their, I'm going to say their augmented reality, but oh, look at that. So hopefully we'll get a chance to see it as well. Yeah, that is the small or compact developer's kit for the smartphone that you may have seen in images. And in the background is the 7-inch tablet that Brian has talked about on several occasions. What I'd like to know is obviously with the interest in the surge with the Google Cardboard again, there may be obviously more attention to this. Yeah, quite a few. One of them is streaming live right now to Google Hangouts on Air. This is a 360 camera. Yeah. And hi, you have a moment to talk.
I might not be the best person to do that. You might be better.
Okay. Hi, I'm Mike Balzer from All Things 3D. And if you wouldn't mind kind of... I'm sorry? Well, just give me a summary of what's going on in the booth. Okay. So, hi, my name is Mike Balzer, and yours? Go ahead and bring that up to your mouth then. So obviously a lot of people know about Project Tango. I'm a developer. I know a developer in New York who's been using the Project Tango. After the Google I/O, there seems to be a resurgence again in Project Tango. Is that also your feeling?
So we've released these tablets available on the Play Store now, and we're hoping to get a lot more developers interested and trying out the features of the tablet. Okay,
that was one of the complaints early on, is that the tablet was a little pricey, but now it's down to what, $500 and something? Is that correct, through the Play Store?
Yeah, currently the pricing is $512, and we're hoping that more people will be able to access the device.
Well, I can't help noticing in the background behind you is a gentleman wearing a type of a headset with the Project Tango obviously included in it. Is that something you guys are working with, or is that an additional company?
So the headset shows off the ability to use the 3D position tracking capability of Project Tango with something like a VR headset. So really explores what happens when you can move around untethered inside a virtual environment.
Yeah, and what's interesting about that, I don't know if you're familiar with Occipital, has also been doing something in parallel with their structure sensor. What's the range? One of the things that I've heard on the Tango is that you have somewhat of a limited range as far as the three-dimensionality or mesh development. Is that, can you enlighten me on that a little bit? What is the actual, what do you want to call it, area that you
So a Tango device can actually track its position throughout a building. So we're not constrained just to an environment for the motion tracking. The depth sensing solution has a certain range that it works well in.
Okay.
It's somewhat dependent on the lighting and the material it looks at. But generally it might reach out to, say, 4 meters up to 8 meters.
Okay. Yeah, that seems about the standard for those type of projection-based mesh development systems. So okay, well, that's about it. So I'm glad to see a resurgence. I was very happy for you guys at Google I/O. It obviously instilled some more interest in the VR AR world. So thank you, and appreciate your time. So obviously he couldn't say a lot, but for Brian's sake, Brian, if you get a chance to look at it, it does appear that somebody has already taken an idea that we were thinking about. This is the headset that I was one of the early on with the some of the larger phones. Went from Google Cardboard. I think the name was on it. I can't remember it right now. But so let's kind of take a look over here. Hi, you guys got a chance to talk to All Things 3D, and looks like you got a very interesting.
Good afternoon.
Okay.
Lunch is now available for purchase in Hall B. If you pre-purchase lunch, those may be picked up.
Hi, I'm Mike Balzer from. Go ahead and take the microphone from All Things 3D and hold it up to your mouth. Kind of tell me what you're doing here.
Yeah, we have a platform called Augmented Training, which is thought to help attract the young people to manufacturing skills. And the first application of this technology is for welding training. We have a welding simulator here.
Okay, so that's what the gentleman is wearing there, is a welder's type hat, but it obviously does more than just a welder's helmet. What else is involved with it?
Exactly. You have a machine, which is the same. It looks like a welding machine because it's a simulator.
Okay.
Then you use the real welding torches, exactly like in reality.
Okay.
They're commercial welding torches. You have the welding mask with our technology inside. The artificial vision technology is inside the mask.
Okay.
And then once you look to the workpiece, the system identifies what kind of piece you're looking at and what kind of torch you are using, and then you just start welding. You see exactly the same inside the mask that you see in the screen of the simulator. And we put on the workpieces the digital effects of any kind of material, carbon steel, stainless steel, aluminum, and then you just weld, but without consumption, without danger, without gases, without anything. Once you pass the score in the simulator, because you get a score.
Go ahead, keep talking. Sorry, I just want to get you in the picture.
Yeah, once you get the scoring of the simulator, in the initial level, the intermediate and advanced, you can move to finish the training in the welding booth. Okay, we are getting savings around 68% of training costs at the moment. 2 years in the market, working in 37 countries with big customers from government and from big industrial companies.
Wow, well, that's impressive.
Yeah, we're very happy, but just the beginning. We're very young, the technology.
Very good. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Very neat application.
Thank you.
Okay, well, that was very interesting. So let's see what we have. ZPay. I'll bring virtual reality into the classroom. Let's see if there's somebody that we can talk to that's part of this. It looks more like... Okay. Interesting. If you remember, some time ago, what was it? I can't remember the product, but this looks very similar. In fact, it uses a similar process. It's using polarized glasses. The screen there is essentially double imaged. I think it's vertical. And with the polarized glasses, you see a 3D object. But what's interesting about that, and is obviously better than what I had, is that the sensors in the top part of it track the goggles. And notice the guy's head is moving, so they can look at the screen, move around, and yeah, he's kind of figured out that that's what it's using to detect the glasses. As mentioned, this might be a spin-off of something that I had talked to long ago. Let's see if I can. Leonardo, I think, was the Leonardo 3D. They had something, gosh, in 2013, and so I'm wondering if this is something like that. Hi, is there anybody here at ZSpace that can talk to me? Okay. Do you have a moment, or are you still talking? Hi, I'm Mike Balzer from All Things 3D. Hi. Technology looks very similar to the Leonardo 3D, which I owned. Any relationship, or is this a whole unique? You mind talking a little bit? There you go. Hold it as close as possible to the mouth.
So I'm Tom Du Bois. I'm with ZSpace.
Go ahead, bring it up.
I've been with the company for about 6 months, but I believe ZSpace was around before Leonardo.
Oh, okay.
But very early, very similar technologies. We think ours is much higher quality, so we manufacture the display with the cameras, infrared cameras built in that do head tracking.
Yeah, it looks impressive, and I was watching the actual tracking going on, and it seemed very responsive.
Yeah.
Not so much in the earlier version of the, as in my case, the Leonardo 3D system. So I've noticed that this seems pretty good. Now it looks like you're using an interlace system and polarized glasses. Is that correct?
Yeah. So yeah, I think our we're using a quad buffered stereo, which is very high quality.
Okay.
So actually the quality of the 3D is very high, the tracking, and then we have our 3D input device, which is highly accurate.
Oh.
And when you combine those three things together, you get a very realistic feel, very realistic interaction. We're showing some tech demos. I don't know if you want to. Sure.
Yeah, I don't. Obviously, my cameras won't be able to see it.
Yeah, so it's going to be blurry because it's a stereoscopic display. But again, you see very, very tight interaction.
Oh, yes, very responsive. It seemed to pick it up very quickly.
Yeah. And I think I have to put the glasses on here.
All right. So obviously, the major hurdle is cost. What does something like this set you back?
Sorry, say it again.
The price, cost?
Yeah. So today we're selling into classrooms. We're selling kind of a package system for about $50,000 to middle schools and high schools to get a VR lab.
Okay.
It comes with whole bunch of systems, a special teacher system, and all the educational software, including the curriculum that they teach to.
Oh, okay.
And so we have things like biology, where you can dissect a frog. We have physics. We have an electronic circuits program. And so kids can triage the circuit. Actually, if you build a circuit without a resistor, the diodes will smoke and burn. So it's very, very interactive. We're getting a lot of feedback from teachers that the depth of the experience is really good. The kids are excited. So one of the things we're doing is actually doing a scientific study to try to measure the quality of the learning experience.
Wow, well, very impressive. So let me ask you a question. Let's compare it to some of the other things, which might be goggles or eyeglasses.
Yeah.
How does this differentiate between seeing something like Google Cardboard and be able to interact with something like this?
Well, I think, you know, the display-based VR is a very different experience from the head mount. Head mount's very immersive. You're totally engrossed in the world. At the same time, it can be isolating because you are so immersed.
Yeah, well, here you could have a bunch of kids around it interacting
typically
together.
we have 2 kids to a display.
Okay.
The teacher can talk to them. They can see the teacher. They can see their hands. And also because the whole system works the way you expect your senses to work, we have very little issues with nausea. You can do it for a long period of time. It doesn't mess up your eye-hand coordination. But it is a different experience. The virtual space is kind of from about a foot out of the screen to inside the screen.
No, and that's very good to interact with. You don't want to be too wide, otherwise it becomes unwieldy.
Yeah.
Which it was something, you know, not to down, because I actually owned one, and but the Leonardo 3D, as you said, I wouldn't say it was a hack, but you had to actually put the sensors on, make sure they were calibrated, and then the range of motion seems somewhat limited or too much in cases, where this one seems very polished, and the interaction from what I could see was...
So this is our second model.
Okay.
HP is OEM this model. There's the HP ZVR display.
Okay.
Essentially is this. HP is taking that out to the professional market. And then we're going to be launching our 3rd generation very soon.
Okay.
Aimed specifically at the education marketplace.
Well, can I get a business card, maybe get you on for a more intimate interview outside of here, please?
She's kind of running out of cards. But...
That's okay. Here's a bookmark for you, and you can find... That is a 360 panoramic camera. So I'm recording this whole event in 360. I have an offloaded HD camera, and then I'm actually live streaming this on Google Hangouts right now. So, thanks.
Wow. That's really different.
Yeah, that's... I'm sorry?
So you wouldn't think that that's a camera?
No, I know. It looks like just a bunch of technology. Okay, so this is the Augmentalist. Maybe they're at lunch right now. Let's keep going. Let's look at music here. Obviously, that was a big thing for Apple. Hi, you got a moment to talk to me? I'm from All Things 3D, and this is Spot My Music. What is Spot My Music?
What is what?
Spot My Music.
Okay, Spot My Music is...
go ahead and bring it up closer.
Yeah,
there you go.
Spot My Music is directional speaker.
Okay.
It's a device that send the sound like directionally.
Oh,
in a
focuses
beam.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you stand just in front of it, you will listen to a French radio that is going on.
I'll tell you what. I'll take the mic and then I'll go. Oops, go over here and give it back to you. Gotcha. Okay. Now, in the past, I've heard that they use higher frequencies in order to directionalize it, and then the ears are able to dissipate it. It looks like you have an array of drivers here. You want to give a little bit of the background behind how you make this work?
Well, technically speaking, we're using transducer, and it's a software that manage, let's say, the sound. Transducer sends a frequency that in the air, goes straight. It demodulates it in the air, and it goes straight. Acoustic Art, has been developing the system since 2 years now, and hopefully will be on the market by end of the year. We're launching right now Indigo by 29th of June, so people can buy it online.
Okay.
and hopefully we could deliver that by the end of the year.
So what kind of market do you see this being used with?
Market is really wide. We're working with blind association in the US that need it for, like, you can let cross blind people from a red light, you know, cross the street on a sound beam. You can have it in a grocery store like Safeway with, on the L you have one speaker that tells you what's on the L, like it's a cheese and milk L, it's ice cream L. So for people, for handicapped people, it's very useful. Then for, let's say, everyday use, you can have that on a car. You're driving your car and you're having the direction of your GPS without disturbing other people. Like I have kids, I drive often my car, and when I put the GPS on, like in 1 mile,
I just experienced that today. Normally I have a headset in my ear, but this would allow you to put it on your visor. Now, let me ask you a question. This presents information to you. How about something that is more directional? Let's say you're talking into a mic. Are you working on something like that as well?
Like a speaker, you know. This is really a speaker connected.
So nothing in reverse.
To any device. So and later on it will be, we can add sensor when someone is going through it. It can replay the message from the beginning. Well, there's a lots of let's say the domain is really wide. You can use it in hospitality. You can use it on
kiosk,
like on a bus station. You can have some information, and you don't pollute around you. In fact, this is very interesting to replace the headset.
Well, that's what I'm seeing. So it's a replacement of having to don headset, but you still isolate yourself and also keep it from distracting other people.
Yeah.
Interesting technology.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Spot my music. No, I would not have thought of that, but it appears that's interesting. So, hi. Boy, we got a whole bunch of people here. You're looking at me first. What do you got going on here?
Remnants is an interior design platform.
Okay, well that's important. What does it do?
Our mobile app connects a user.
Go ahead and bring the mic up a little.
The mobile app connects a customer in real time to an interior designer to get ideas and advice about their space.
Oh, I can see how practical that is. Normally they have to come to your house.
Exactly.
So
So if you are wondering which sofa to choose between a green one or a bright blue one, the designer will help you to make that decision for you.
So what does a person need on the other end from hardware perspective? Just a webcam? I mean, how does the
It's all
designer?
through the iPhone.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, that makes
you
sense.
download our iPhone app,
Okay.
and you're then directly connected into our platform.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. So then you just, since they're looking at you and the main camera is pointing away from you, that's what they're seeing, and then they can
So
interact with you.
all the technology is there. We're just bringing the people together.
Sounds good. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very cool. Hi, what do we got going on here? Oh, that's very interesting. Wow. Can I get one now? You guys, can you sell me one? Possibly. Here, why don't you take these? That looks very interesting. Hi, my name is Mike Balzer from All Things 3D. I also do some headset design and development, but I've got a guy in New York that's very interested in something like this. So I was interested in possibly purchasing something like this. I don't know if we can do that here, but give me your business card and we can talk later. I know that my friend Brian, who's in New York, would probably be very excited to get something like this.
Business card, here you go.
Okay, great. All right, so obviously it's fairly obvious. You essentially have a shell that fits.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So anything side-by-side content, okay.
Thank you.
So anything side-by-side content, right image and left image, we convert it into 3D glass.
Okay. And so then you just put it in front of your eyes. Okay. Very interesting. Okay.
So with left and right image, it converts. Our glass converts anything into 3D image, and this glass is certified by Google.
Oh, okay. Well, that's important. Now, is that a glass or a plastic lens?
It's a plastic lens.
Okay. It looks fairly high quality. What's the field of view?
Field of view. 85 degrees.
85. So do you mind if I take a look at that?
Okay.
And obviously this is a smaller phone. How about if you had something like a Note? Oh, that's very fun.
Note, anything 4 to 6 inch, it will fit.
Okay, so that's very neat. Okay, I want one now. How do I get it?
Okay.
Yeah. How much actually? I should ask.
$20. Do you have cash?
I have cash.
Okay.
I'm glad my wife said, "Hey, take some extra money." That's right. Thank you, honey. She's probably going, "No, that's not what I wanted you to spend the money on." There you go. Well, that's pretty neat. Very fun. Well, so how does somebody besides me here at the show get one of these?
If you go to goggletech.net, you could buy it online.
Okay.
The retail price is $22.
Okay. So I'll tell you what. When we do a show called 3D in Review, I'm going to be showing this off. It'll be this Friday. I've got your card. I'll get in contact with you. Our show starts at 9:30 live. Maybe you can come on and talk about it a little bit more. I'll be wearing them throughout the show. I do dorky things like that.
Can I get your card, please?
You can. Actually, I have bookmarks. You still read books? There you go.
Oh, thank you. That's nice.
Here, you can have one as well. So you go out to the website. All Things 3D is a link there that takes you out to our podcast site. So great. Well, thank you very much.
You're on YouTube or?
YouTube as well. In fact, we're live right now. This is on Google Hangouts
this
on air.
live?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
Well, thank you very much. Very exciting.
Thank you.
Wow. I didn't expect that, but pretty cool. Yeah. You know, there's another company out there that's been working for some time to do something like this. But for $20, that's obviously... That is a 360 panoramic camera. So essentially, you're being recorded right now. And what I will do later on is I convert it and put it up on YouTube. Sadly, right now, we can't do it live like the Hangout, but that's coming. They're actually somewhere around here. They're V-Media or something like that who makes this camera. It's funny, I had seen somebody else with one of those walking type sticks, selfie sticks, and I said, I've got one of those, and I've been giving you guys a hard time. It works really good, but it's like a first generation, so there's been some bugs. But the nice thing about it, I can record with the battery then in it for like 4 or 5 hours, and I've got a 64 gig card in it, so I'm able to record like 12 hours of 4K resolution video, and then I bring it into Adobe Premiere, convert it, and then send it up to YouTube. And then, in fact, if you go out to All Things 3D, let me give you my bookmark. There are a few videos that I did from South by Southwest and Real 2015, which was up in San Francisco. And what did I just cover the other day? And I've already forgotten. Oh, Maker Faire, just on the corner. I have a lot of footage from that. So the only thing that's a downside that hopefully when they'll introduce the new version, because I have a professional mic system here, I would like to be able to direct it like I'm doing in here with this standard camera. So that way, because right now it's got bidirectional sound with some condensers. It's not really good. It's like standard. Exactly. So there's a lot of ambient noise. So I would like it from an interview standpoint. It's also neat. I did a speech, a presentation at Stanford for MedX makers. And that was also in 360 up there too, so you can see the whole audience as well as the stage. So it gives you a better presence. Plus, because YouTube is owned by Google, if you've got an Android phone, if you watch the YouTube video with the YouTube app, you can put it in front of you and just position it. So it's really neat.
I just noticed you have a lot of, it's got a
yeah. I've got a zoom, and this is just a standard webcam, but I found that the quality of this kind of exceeds everything else. This is just for offsite usage. So let's say my video here, which we're streaming live at this particular, doesn't turn out very well, then I can always go to my backup here and then upload it later. So it's just kind of a fallback unit. So thank you. Mm-hmm. Well, so we have Apx on here. So it appears that we're like in the startup alley. This is always the fun area to be, because this is where the creative people come in. Obviously, they don't have a lot of money. but they got a lot of heart and creativity. So very, very cool. Let's see what we can get out of here. Hi. Don't want to disturb your presentation. Well, we'll come back, but obviously it looks like they're using a headset display, and we'll take a look at that later. Selling T-shirts. Hi, what do we have here?
Hi, how are you?
Okay, my name's Mike Balzer from All Things 3D. What do we got?
All right, so
Give us a brief little demo.
I'm sorry, I'm not able to hear you.
Give me a little demo.
Okay. Okay.
So what
Hi,
do we?
my name is Uday Parshanikar, and we provide patented and patent pending technology for hands-free gesture control. So complete control of your mouse without using hands, voice, or waving, swiping, and so on. So I have Angry Birds loaded on my Windows tablet. I'm going to play that game using just my facial gestures. So like this. So you probably see that cursor in the middle of the screen. I'm going to move it down to the bottom middle icon.
Okay.
So I moved it precisely. Now I'm going to click. And now I'm going to move the cursor again to the Angry Bird.
Okay. So it looks like you're grinning, and then that grin is being detected, and then it's following the tracking of your grin and your positioning. Is that what I understand?
I'm sorry, not able to hear you.
I'm sorry about that. I can't talk very loud because I get feedback.
Okay.
But so essentially what I'm seeing is you're grinning. It recognizes the grin as an action, and then it tracks that action.
Right.
Okay. So what kind of sensors are you working with here?
I'm working with accelerometers and gyroscopes and proximity sensors.
Proximity sensors.
Yes.
Okay.
So let me
go ahead.
Show you how I can precisely shoot a bird like this.
Very good. So what market do you see covering this? What type of market do you see selling this to?
We are looking for partners in the smart glass market.
Okay.
So manufacturers of smart glasses, AR, VR devices. We are also looking to partner with providers of software SDK as well.
So I notice you have something on your glasses. Is that part of the system here?
Yeah. So I'm wearing a prototype. It's not a final product. It's a prototype that is mounted on my real glasses. But the idea is to integrate this technology. This technology, actually, the gyros and accelerometers already exist in smart glasses and AR, VR devices. So so we can provide a software SDK that those device makers can use to provide this kind of control to their consumers.
Very nice. Very nice. So I can see a potential market, paraplegics, people that have motor degenerative ailments where they can't move very well, but their faces still provide enough emotive to be able to utilize
there are
it.
millions of people who have accessibility issues. Who cannot use their hands and arms. But doctors and surgeons, middle of the surgery, they do not want to be touching anything with their hands or arms.
Another perfect example, yes.
Industrial workers, field service workers. There are safety issues due to which you cannot use your hands and arms while you're in the middle of your work.
Well, what if you never smile? What if you're like me, never smile at all? Can't smile. I'm kidding.
That'll be perfect because this will make you smile. And when we smile, actually, our heart rate goes down, our blood pressure goes down. We feel good, and people around us
there's another
feel good.
application. Just sell it as that. A tuning system, body awareness.
Yeah.
You're in California. That'd be a perfect location.
No, and we measure how much we walk. We measure our miles. we can measure your smiles. How many smiles did you have every day?
How fun. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Bye. Interesting. Looks like, okay. So interesting, they're using a power meter here and using the phone to detect and determine. From the video there, it looks like they're scanning. Let me see if I can bring this down so you can see it. Very interesting. Oh, this is very interesting. Hi, I'm Mike Balzer from All Things 3D. Can you tell me a little bit about this? It looks like Legoland.
Yeah, what we have here is we have optically active bricks. Essentially, these bricks have two sensors on them, and they can figure out their orientation, and you can set the direction of firing through this potentiometer. You can also set the active areas over here. In the app, you can go in here and you can set this lightning symbol. Wherever you put the lightning symbol, it becomes an active area. And you can put the brick on there. And it will triangulate its position optically, so it's not confused by children touching the screen or anything.
Oh, okay.
The final version of this will have the scanning in the backlight, so it will be invisible and it will be high speed.
Oh, okay.
It'll be invisible to.
Yeah, I noticed there's a flicker there, and I don't know if the audience.
And also, the scan will be an RFID tag, like a pet ID pill, essentially.
Okay.
With which it has optical sensitivity on it. So the thing about that is it will reduce the cost. So essentially, you would throw any object on a screen.
Go ahead and bring the mic up. There you go.
It will recognize and launch the app automatically for that object.
Wow. Well, that's very nifty. Very nifty.
Okay. Thank you.
And when will it be available, and is there a price to it?
The app is already out. We are working with some toy manufacturers on the bricks.
Okay. And Identitoy.
Identitoy, correct.
Great. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm like totally. You ask me, what do I believe? I believe that white is really important. And so I think it's underrated how important it is. And I think to a small degree, some of the people who are investing in that, they don't have the full capacity to do the high quality. They don't have the way to make lenses that are good there also. So they're kind of like cognitive dissonance. So I gotta go there. I need to go there because nobody else is going there. So like I'm going to just maximize everything else. And that's totally fine. Car manufacturers.
I leave them behind and say,
I think it's really important. I'm going to stand up and say, let's work on that. So I do. But
it's a little more like the weights and like.
Tired of talking about it. And after that, you can leave. I mean, it's probably just.
Hi. Do one of you, would you like to talk to me a little bit about Wearality? Okay. So, hi, I'm Mike Balzer from All Things 3D, and I think I met one of your backers at Maker Faire a couple of weeks ago. And you look familiar, but I don't know if it was you or not.
It wasn't me, but...
well, obviously, I've got one of my co-hosts from New York loves these things. In fact, he said, you got to get one of these, and I guess it's open source. So I've been down there and got the... I think you have some STLs and some step files. I have been working on using the Occipital structure sensor to provide environment awareness, and he wants to do something very slim in profile. And I noticed that's it there.
Well,
yes. So what makes it unique?
All right. Well, my name is Gunnar Wiebolt. I'm a co-founder and chief operating officer at Wearality Corporation. And what makes our product so unique are the optics. These lenses are really the only lenses that I'm aware of that were truly designed for virtual reality experiences. They consist of a double stacked curved Fresnel lenses designed at Lockheed Martin. These are the same technology that's going to be used in very, very high-end flight simulators, and we're bringing it to the consumer market.
Wow. So yeah, and my understanding of Fresnel lenses is that you can make the optics lighter and slimmer without the, because normally I'm assuming, I don't know what the, was it about 40 millimeters focus range on this thing, or 50? Normally that's a thick lens, and
Exactly.
I notice these are very thin.
The advantage of the Fresnel lens, of course, is its thinness. All right, and the fact that we curve them, though, really reduces any kind of distortion you have and dramatically increases the field of view. And because it's thinner, I mean, basically the physics behind lenses is the thicker the lens, the more chromatic distortion.
Exactly.
So that's just physics. You can't get around it.
Exactly.
But
well,
the only way
you,
to get around it is
you can
make it
make
thinner.
multi-stacked lens systems to get around it, but then they're heavy, very expensive. So with the Fresnel lens, you don't have that problem.
That's right. And so what we have is more than 30 patents out of Lockheed Martin. This is just the tip of the iceberg. The optics we'll make available to anybody in VR if they want to do that. We'll work a deal with them if they want to install our lenses in their headsets to immediately get a wide field of view. But more importantly than that, it's this enormously large exit pupil. The column-A light field that comes off of our lenses is so big that narrow-eyed, wide-eyed, weak vision, strong vision, no adjustments.
Doesn't matter, just single.
You should see it. I mean, as we hand it to hundreds of people at this conference, no one adjusts. It's right out of the box experience.
Okay.
And so why wouldn't you want to turn your headset into from a 90-degree field of view to a 150 and no more adjustments?
I totally agree with you. Okay, well, what's the downside? One of the things that I've noticed, it's not enclosed. Is that necessary anymore?
What we have opted for in our model, our commercial model, is ultra portable.
Okay.
We think that there are two distinct use cases of this device. One is, let me share something with you.
Okay.
And that can only happen if it's in your pocket and you got a phone and it's easily accessible. Pass it around the table and everyone gets to experience it. Everybody gets to experience it, right? So that use case needs this to be really, really streamlined. But the next use case that we are interested in is watching movies. The majority of people, even with the VR headsets, are watching media. And so with that said, we have straps and we have visors and we have blinders on the sides to give you more of an enclosed experience. But because that's more deliberate, you can pack that in your briefcase on the plane and have it. But in order to make sure it's still always in your pocket, that has to be an accessory to our accessory.
Okay, well, that makes a lot of sense. Plus, like you said, you can lighten the load and adapt it based upon whatever you're doing. Interesting perspective on that.
So if someone want to make an Uber headset, fully enclosed, motion detectors and IR detectors, whatever, fine. Our optics can go in there. We just don't want to go into that space.
Okay.
We want to become the indispensable smartphone accessory. I walk into a Verizon store, AT&T store, and I go, there's my phone, there's my case, and what are those things?
Or, wait a minute, I've heard about Google Cardboard. Try this.
Exactly. That too, but more importantly, I think I could be sold by saying it's an IMAX theater in your pocket. And they go, really? That's pretty interesting. And so our player is really interesting in that it's not VR, but it's an enormous, larger than IMAX theater experience right in front of your face. And so can you imagine watching movies on an airplane like that? You put your headphones on, you strap this thing on, and you're watching movies in a better than movie theater experience.
Well, the interesting thing about, like I said, my what would you call him? Sometimes co-host from the New York is actually a VR producer. And he's been very excited about this. I guess he's back Kickstarter and he's really anxiously waiting. His name is Brian Lee. So remember his name and see if you can get it. So how do I get one of these and what's the price?
All right. So the Kickstarter is being shipped next week.
Oh, well, we'll be happy to hear that.
That's right.
Well, that, Brian?
So that we're shipping out the Kickstarter ones. We will have commercial volumes of these available on Amazon and hopefully in some retail channel in November. And the price point will be, we're not exactly sure, but certainly under $80.
Okay.
And it could go, and as we scale up, it's going to get cheaper and cheaper. So this becomes, what we're hoping is it's going to be one of the greatest stocking stuffers of this year. And it will really, I think, has the potential more than anything else I've seen to make VR mainstream because it's so affordable and people who are buying it to watch movies, not to do VR, but guess what? Now they're a consumer ready to consume VR as well because they have the capability.
Okay. Well, I've contacted you guys, and I'd like to get you on either on our Friday weekly show or an interview. If we can line that up, I'd appreciate it. I'll give you a bookmarker.
Okay.
But if you can give me your business card, I will contact you and see if we can get it on, and plus see how I can get one of those.
Oh, absolutely. We'll get you one. We'll get you.
Okay.
So here, let me get you my card. There you go.
And I'm also a developer, so I might be interested in actually seeing the lens technology.
Well, what we're open for with the developers is they start exploiting the wider field of view. You know, I mean, now that you have it, might as well use it.
Well, I have, like I said, in using the structure sensor, I have some mechanical requirements, which means I need a supported structure to mount it. So, as I told Brian, we would need something a little more structurally supportive. But if the lenses are, as you say, and I think I even got a chance to, but if I can try it right now real quick. I think there's now, what's the phone that we have here? Okay, so this is a Note 4, just like it. So that's a 25 by 60 screen. Yeah, it's very fun. Now, let me see. So you're not distorting the images in the on the screen here. So
You can look at it, doesn't look that bad. There is still a QR code.
okay, okay. So you do have it optimized.
But it's totally Google hardware. Just go to Google and take a picture.
So what if I wanted to apply something like this? I'm putting it in front of my camera, sorry. So there you go, audience. If you want an opportunity to wear Wearality without having the, I mean, this is the truly lightweight version of it. Very cool. Thank you very much, and we'll talk later. Thank you. My name is Mike Balzer. Yeah, that's actually my company. If you go out to the website, you can get to All Things 3D, which is our podcast/YouTube channel. Thank you. Bye. Very cool. I'm actually streaming live right now on YouTube, and I do a podcast/YouTube channel, and we cover pretty much everything 3D, which obviously this encompasses. I was hoping that you were behind this booth here. Huh. Oh, no, that guy's there. Maybe he'll talk to me. Hi. Hi there. He doesn't seem to want to talk very much to me. Well, it's interesting. It looks like they're providing a high contrast silhouette image of myself here. They've got some brochures, some systems over here, vast augmented vision. Well, I'll have to keep them in mind and see about talking to them later. Okay. So this beam keeps following everybody around.
Your number is here on the screen.
Hi. Is there anybody here at Meta right? Meta would like to talk to me a little bit? I'm sorry. But he appears to be talking to somebody right now. Yeah. 360, and we're streaming live on Google Hangouts on air. I'm sorry. That's a 360 panoramic camera. 360. The middle one is a live web stream right now, and then that's correct. And then this one here is a off-site recording in HD.
And what is this guy?
That's a 360 panoramic camera. V.360 is the name of the product. I think it's V Media. They actually have a booth here.
Really? Good. Right here?
I don't, probably around here somewhere, if I remember correctly. I'm sorry?
This is Mike.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's.
All Things 3D. Are you from Wall Street?
I'm from All Things 3D, yes.
Or like Wall Mossberg?
No. I was on their show.
Oh.
No, that's All Things Digital. I'm independent, yes.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, got a chance to talk a little bit about what you've got here? Okay, hi, I'm Mike Balzer from All Things 3D, and you?
Hi, I'm Morgan.
Bring it up here. There you go.
My name is Morgan.
Hi,
I work
Morgan.
at Meta. I'm a marketing manager at Meta.
Okay, so what do we have here? It looks like some type of headset.
Yeah, that's right. So Meta is a augmented reality glasses. Basically,
Okay.
digital objects will appear 3D in front of you, as you
Okay.
can see the world, real world around you as well.
It appears it's got some type of sensors in them. You care to
Correct.
disclose what you have?
Yeah. So I'm not a technical person. We might want to grab someone else for that, but there are cameras and sensors as well that track your hands and your motions, and that's what allows your physical body to react with 3D objects that appear in front of you.
Okay. Well, I'm familiar with, let's say, the Kinect technology or the PrimeSense technology. Does that ring a bell? Is that something like
Yeah,
that?
so I believe, yeah, there's a bit of that in top as well. And again, I think you'd rather speak with the guy in the red shirt over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see if you can, see if we can get a hold of him.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And there's also another girl that just had lunch. She'll be coming back. We might want to grab her. She's
Okay.
There are two technical people. Yeah.
Well, let's see if we can grab him right now. He's
Sure. Yeah, let me go grab
okay. Hi, I'm Mike Balzer from All Things 3D. We do a podcast / YouTube channel, and we cover about everything 3D as well as a lot of virtual reality. Plus, I'm a developer, so I've got a little bit of a hardware background. So very intriguing. Obviously, I was asking him what type of sensors you're working with. It looks like a dual system, maybe a Kinect version, or even the soft kinetics or something like that. You can go ahead and bring it up and maybe give us a little more detail on what's going on inside of it.
Sure. So the Meta one is made up of a depth camera and a color camera.
Okay.
The depth camera uses time-of-flight infrared.
Okay.
And it also has stereo microphones and an IMU.
Okay.
So we use the depth camera and the color camera to do computer vision and hand tracking and world tracking as well as market tracking.
Okay.
And we use the IMU purely for head tracking, so we know the orientation and which way you're facing.
Okay. So are the lenses transparent? Is it more of an augmented reality type effect where the real world is being presented and then there are objects placed in it?
So the Meta one developed.
I'm sorry. Watching him there, can he see that person in front of him?
Yeah, so it's a see-through display.
Okay.
So Meta One has a see-through display, meaning that it's optically see-through, so you can see the real world. It's real photons from the real world coming into your eyes,
okay,
not via a video camera.
Okay.
And we're projecting digital content into the real world. So we're overlaying digital content in 3D that you can see in the real world with depth.
Okay, well, the obvious comparison is HoloLens. What does HoloLens have over this?
I shouldn't be answering that question.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
That's all right.
It isn't live, is it?
We are live. Okay, well, you didn't answer it, so that's fine. Okay, interesting. Oh, well, thank you for your time.
That's all right.
Interesting response there. Very intriguing.
That's a lot of
Hi, you got a moment to kind of give me, my name is Mike from All Things 3D. Kind of tell us what you're doing here.
I'm Alan from CastAR.
Go ahead and bring it up closer.
I'm Alan from CastAR.
A little bit closer, sorry.
That close?
Yeah,
How's that?
that's
All
good.
right, cool.
Yeah. It's an interview mic, so you can really blast it.
Okay. I'm Alan from CastAR.
Okay.
We're making augmented reality glasses.
Okay.
Yeah, right now we're showing off a couple of our demos of
Okay.
our early developer product that we've been
Okay,
shipping.
so he's wearing one right now?
Yeah, he's wearing our one of our current sets.
Okay.
He's playing our Jenga lightsaber demo. I don't know if you can see on the monitor there. There's a kind of a preview of what's going on.
Okay, I see it there.
If we want, we can probably get you a demo. We might be able to put the glasses in front of the camera. It might be something to check
Sure,
out.
let's play with that a little bit. Yeah.
All right.
So from what I understand, this is a prototype?
So these are our early developer glasses that we're
Okay.
shipping right now.
Okay.
We had a Kickstarter about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And this is our
I think I saw it.
Our
Okay.
first stage that we're shipping right now.
Okay.
We've been working on these for about a year and a half. But the way this system works is we have two pico projectors on it that project out to the surface.
Okay.
And it might be a little hard to see there.
No, I
but,
see it there. I don't know if the
two
camera-
pico projectors and a tracking camera in the middle.
Okay.
That tracks a marker on the surface.
Gotcha.
And so as you move your head around, it changes the camera in the game. And then,
But because it knows where the surface is, then you can put augmented objects on it.
Right, we can put augmented objects on it. We can put a whole world on there if we want.
So I could see this in architectural work.
Right, absolutely. We aren't showing it here. We have a small architectural demo where
Okay.
we can view a building and kind of pan around and look at it. On the other screen over there, we actually have an MRI demo where if you take the wand,
I'm very intimate with the technology. I don't know if you read Make magazine, but I'm the guy that used this technology for his wife. So.
Oh, nice.
So this is very interesting use for it, and I've been looking at doing something like this as well. It's one thing to create tangible models. You need a 3D printer, but I can see something like this being even more useful, especially in a teleconference situation.
absolutely, yeah. That's also another nice thing about the system is you can put 20 people around this surface and project some of them as virtual if you wanted. Right. Everybody's going to see their own different view. They're all going to see their own different people.
Well, that's very interesting. So they would all get a different perspective, not the same one, but it would just be the object in front of them. So they would have to literally move around their domain in order to see something different.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. So I noticed a little bit, was the ROI changing, or were you able to, what actual application were you using with this, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, this is just a simple demo we put together. We had some sample slices of an MRI.
Okay.
And we just layered those in the scene. Okay. And then as you move the wand in and out, it highlights different sets.
Okay, so that's called ROI, or region
ROI?
of interest. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's
very
it's
interesting.
That. Rick showing off a sample of that.
Are you ready to talk about price? What does something like this cost?
So currently, this is shipping developer glasses. They're $1,000. We have a very limited run of those. Coming up in the next months, I don't have an exact date yet, but we're going to be shipping a second generation of these that's more targeted at consumers, lower price point. It'll be the glasses, the wand, the surface, and the tracker for about $400. And that's what our pre-order is right now.
Okay.
It will be a tethered unit, so you will have to have a PC or a laptop or something, a device to plug it
That's not an issue. In fact, it's very difficult to do true medical volume renders with anything less than a PC. So.
Right.
So on that note, let me give you a bookmark. Okay. This is actually, I guess I'm a 3D developer, but my podcast, if you go to the website, you can click on it, it takes you out there. It's all things 3D. What I would like to do is possibly email you and possibly get you on for an interview.
Absolutely.
We can talk a little bit more intimately, and obviously not all the time. We do a weekly podcast called 3D in Review every Friday, and we normally have what I call guest crashers come on for 15 minutes. If that works for you, it's from 9:30 to 11 Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, thank
check
you,
it out.
Alan. I appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Very cool product, and I do remember seeing a video on that. In fact, I think we may even have covered it.
Oh yeah, there's been a few videos out. There's a really cool teardown video if you want to see the guts.
I will do that. Well, thank you again, Alan. It's 1066 lab. It's gonna kill me.
So yes, definitely.
So obviously, there seems to be a lot of glassware. Not surprising, we are in an area that. Hi, let's see if we can. Hi, I'm Mike Balzer from All Things 3D. Can you give us a kind of a brief rundown, real quick?
I'm going to get Phil to do it.
Okay, well, he looks like he's a little busy, and just a summary. It doesn't have to be anything real.
I know. Phil, would you like to summarize the?
Both. But what I do is I'm recording 4K 360 panorama. It's a cylinder, and then I go back, edit it, put it up on YouTube. So it kind of augments my live stream here and then my camera. Hi.
Hi there.
Tell you what, this is a good point. I need to change out this battery. So if you give me just a second. Normally I'm waiting, so I apologize for that. Luckily, I'm a little organized today. It's too bad they got memory cards that can last for 12 hours, but the
yeah, no,
invented a battery small enough just yet.
Okay, sorry about that. So hi, I'm Mike Balzer from All Things 3D, and we do a podcast / YouTube channel, and we also do a weekly show called 3D in Review. So we cover a lot of things 3D, and obviously this is a lot of 3D. So kind of tell us what your product is.
Yeah, sure. My name's
Go
Phil.
ahead and bring up the mic a little bit.
Yeah,
There you go.
my name's Phil Greenhouse from 1066 Labs. We're based in the UK, and we also have offices in Redmond as well, in the United States. And what we're showing here today is our Splinter see-through head-mounted device for augmented reality systems. The approach that we've taken is to develop a platform. It's a mixture of hardware and software components that can be repurposed, reconfigured, depending on what the industry requirement actually requires. The needs are so diverse that any one solution probably doesn't meet all. So what we tried to do is to make the platform as generic as possible, so that it can be mechanically reconfigured in as many ways as our customers like.
Okay.
So whether it's like we have here in a goggle or in a hard hat helmet type of industrial design, we can accommodate all those variables in our approach. So what we have here is let me just grab one of these. This shows the basic form of the device.
Okay.
And you can probably just see the see-through optics there, which are always the massive challenge for see-through augmented systems.
Actually, they look like ski goggles. So
they do look a little like ski goggles, yeah. And this is just one type of ID that people are actually keen on. It's relatively easily configured so that it has good impact protection. It has good impact protection, and also as well that there are possibilities of actually having it intrinsically safe as well for explosive environments.
Okay. So I notice you have some sensors up on top.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's controlled by 2 USB ports.
It is. The actual unit on top was an add-on. It's actually just a visible camera at the moment.
Okay.
Our main platform is going to have 5 cameras.
Oh.
The top one is a depth camera.
Sorry for
Sorry, I just keep it. The top one is a depth camera.
Okay.
Which is using a time of flight system from TI.
Okay.
And we can mix and match again depending on what purpose is required, what resolution, what frame rate of visible cameras people want. There's a possibility of incorporating FLIR type infrared for heat mapping type applications as well.
Oh, okay.
And superimposing that image over the real see-through.
Oh, that's
image.
very interesting.
Yep.
Okay. So, I have some experience with this technology. How's calibration? When they come from the factory, they'll all be calibrated properly, or is there something that
they will?
Okay.
And you're right. Calibration is a real issue. Whether you're doing 3D image capture as you are, or whether you're doing 3D image presentation as we are, certainly pixel precision alignment and calibration is important to make sure that you don't get fatigued, or the wearer doesn't get fatigued.
Exactly.
And we spent a lot of time and effort looking at the right optical geometries, materials, all of the different angles associated with ocular comfort to make sure that we've got the right module that can be incorporated into different form factor head-mounted displays.
Oh, it's very nice. Do you have a price for it already?
Not yet. We'll be going to market in the new year.
In this year or next year?
Yeah, 2016.
2016.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'll be looking forward to it. If you've got a business card, I'd like to have you back on, and we can talk a little more intimately
Great
about
stuff.
it.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Mine's a bookmarker. Like I said, I'm a developer. I do a lot of 3D other stuff. But my website and All Things 3D is on the main page. You can click on it and you can find out about All Things 3D, or you can just look up allthings3d.net. So thank you. I appreciate it. And I'll get in contact with you. I want to say we're in Headset Alley. Hi, how are you? Can you kind of tell me a little? All Things 3D. So what do we have here?
Well, this is our
Here,
new prototype. Yes, this is
that.
our new prototype
Okay.
from Sebrite. What we are actually using is the smartphone as the rendering device for a casual VR experience or an AR experience. By using the smartphone as the centerpiece, it allows us to have a very low price point compared to other things which you might see soon on the market. We offer our product with a 3D mouse, right? Which basically, this is our prototype, which has a 9-axis remote control and is low power Bluetooth connected to the smartphone, right?
Looks a little bit like that Sony positional grip.
That's similar to the Sony. It's and you can use our 3D mouse or remote controller for others, like even for Google Cardboard.
Oh, okay.
What we actually,
wow.
if you want to use your Google Cardboard experience or your development you already have done, you can easily use our remote control and have an additional function for this. Ultimately, this product will come out very soon. It's almost ready. It's the interesting part of it is the optics which we have created, right, which creates your wide field of view image.
Okay.
And as a
mind asking what that field of view is?
It's 45 degrees
45,
at the beginning. We are optimizing further, but we go out at 45 degrees.
Okay. Very interesting. So I noticed that you have another headset there that looks like the Gear, not the Gear, the VR1.
That's an
a VR1.
That's the VR1.
Yeah.
What we want to demonstrate with here is how easy our SDK works for all the Google Cardboard developers.
Oh, okay.
If you want to use our 9-axis remote control for their Google Cardboard development.
Well, I'm very interested in that device. I'll tell you what, let me give you my card, and if you have one.
And I give you one of mine.
Okay.
Thank you. I like the Eiffel Tower. I'm from the neighboring country of France.
Deutschland?
Germany.
Ja, ich kann Deutsch reden.
Oh, sehr gut, ja.
Ja, ich habe 7 Jahre in Stuttgart.
Oh yeah, in Stuttgart.
30 years ago, so my German is rusty. But my mother and father, my mother's German, my father, all the relatives come from Germany.
So what are you doing now?
Well, I do a lot of 3D development. I'm actually working in VR as well. I'm using the Oculus. They actually have a demo of my headset. I made a special mounting system for their sensor. So now you can do environment awareness. So you can walk around in an environment.
Yes, by the way, the IMU, exactly, because what we have here and here in the remote control is also an IMU, right? So one of the things, indeed, which we also have developed is an external IMU to attach.
To attach to it?
Yeah,
interesting.
Because that's one of the things of Samsung that's proprietary for their Gear VR, right? And
but the problem with the Gear VR and just an IMU is that it does not really, it's aware of your internal boundaries, but it's not aware of the external boundaries. And what this sensor does, it knows where all the walls are. It knows where the floor is. So you literally can walk around in the VR environment. But what I'm interested in the controller is that currently we're using a little Bluetooth gamepad, but you don't have that multi-axis, which was my next step. So obviously,
absolutely. Contact Wayne, and he's
okay. Give me his card, and then.
Card as well.
No, I ran out of mine.
Wayne, come on! But I give you one more. I give yours to him.
Okay.
Right? So what's your name?
My name is Mike. It's on the card, or actually, no, I didn't put my name on this card. Just my business. But my name is Mike, and actually, tell you what, I do have actual business.
All right.
There you go.
Fantastic.
With the name on it.
Okay, Mike. No, he's actually one of our key developers. So let's get you in contact, and maybe we can send you over the SDK.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, and see about getting a development kit. Yeah, I would really like that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Viel Vergnügen. Viel Spaß.
Wiedersehen. So that was interesting. Hi. Are you in the Lumus booth, or? Hi. You mind giving me a brief summary of what you've got going on here?
So I'll see you in the all right, thanks a lot. I'll see you at the keynote. Okay, fantastic. See you. Excellent.
Well, it looks like I'll have to hold the mic.
Okay,
if you've got, I'll hold it.
You're holding the mic, or I'll hold the mic?
Would you, if you can, you've got a spare hand? Okay, great.
I got the mic.
Excellent. And close to the mouth, please.
Okay, where am I looking?
Anywhere here.
Because I see a lot of cameras.
There is.
Wow, there's a lot of cameras.
There is.
Rig up here.
Yeah, I have. We're live streaming right now. Google Hangouts on air. This is my offsite backup HD camera, and then I have a 360 panoramic camera here.
Wow.
And what I do with this is offload it so you can actually, it's
cool. So
it's a little work.
All things 3D.
All things 3D. We cover pretty much everything 3D. I've been doing it for about a year and 3/4 now. And
okay, fantastic.
So what do you do? I mean, obviously, I'm not here for me. I'm here for you. So.
Sure. Okay. So this
Go ahead and
is
bring it a little closer.
This is Lumus. Basically, we're an enabler of see-through wearable displays. Ostensibly, we see ourselves as the Intel inside or the Qualcomm inside for the wearable display industry. So we don't make end products. We don't make the smart glasses per se. What we actually do is we make the optical engines that enable it. It's
okay.
Basically a see-through display with special partial reflectors embedded inside. Basically, these little facets that redirect the image into the eye. If you see here, we have a projection module. The black part is the projection module, projects the image into the waveguide, and the waveguide redirects the image to the eye. The eye sees a very large field of view, anywhere between, on the low end, we have 24 degrees. On the high end, we have 40 degrees. We have things where actually we're increasing the field of view. And the idea is to enable smart glasses that could actually look natural and enable all the cool things that everyone's promising about augmented reality. Here we enable them that.
Okay.
Of course,
so you provide the tools, the hardware that you can integrate it into a system that you might be thinking of. Sorry, I get my own feedback, so I seem to talk quiet. So you provide the tools, the hardware, so somebody can
absolutely
kind of like the OEM provider.
Exactly. Okay. So yeah, primarily we OEM our optical engine modules to some leading partners in the smart glasses industry. And you know, simple math. If you have two eyes, you could of course do stereoscopic 3D. You could do very cool augmented reality with stereoscopic 3D. So, you know, a holographic image of a person running at you, first-person shooters or telepresence, or anything, you know, even industrial things where you're augmenting information on, you know, specific types of, you know, machinery, heavy machinery, or remote support, all types of cool applications like that. On the consumer side, in addition to gaming, navigation, and, you know, I think sky's the limit. I think we're all at the beginning of seeing where augmented reality is going to take us. But, you know, we're here giving the tools to help enable that.
Wow, excellent. You know, I must be going through Headset Alley or something. It's just
yes, this is the smart glass arena. We actually have a couple of our customers are, you know, displaying their.
That's what I was going to. That's what I was going to ask you. So you have some people here that are already using your system.
Sure, Daqri is using it for the smart helmet.
Okay.
And over here, 1066 Labs.
Okay. I thought it looked familiar.
We have some other partners also.
You have a card. Here's mine.
Yes.
It's actually a bookmark. So if you still read books. Very interesting. I'll keep you in the news. I also do a weekly podcast / YouTube channel every week called 3D in Review. So I'm going to do a recap of everything today. As mentioned, this is live, so right now people are watching us. So enjoy your day.
We want to make this happen for consumers, and we think the way we can do it is this, by thinking out of the box, and intended to a form factor that is actually desirable.
And so is that it? Like, is there
There's no CPU, that's a self-contained full Android computer with a Doota processor, and access to position sensors, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, it's got a GPS, geo-localized, and walk on the surface. The only time you tether to a phone is if you want to be on the 4G network. You don't have a GSM chip. That's it. Or stream your music if you have your music on your phone or Bluetooth, but otherwise it's a self-contained Android.
Hi. I'm from All Things 3D and probably want the same type of information. What are you doing here, if you don't mind me asking? If you wouldn't mind taking the microphone.
So I'll do the same at the same time. I'm giving you the spiel.
Sounds good.
Record. Hi.
So
I don't know where I was. So it's a self-contained Android computer that will run applications within the device. And actually, it's a generic Android, so we could take apps off the Play Store and they work. I think I don't know if you saw the demo, but a lot of those are just apps that we just took off the Play Store. So it's a new paradigm. So you probably need to optimize those for the new user interface. But at the end of the day, it all works. So there's already millions of apps that exist. But here, the beauty of this device is that those apps kind of speak for themselves. There's obvious use cases here. Whereas here, if I ask, you know, the average person on the street, you know, what's the use case? They're like, who knows? Taking photos, looking like a dork, right? You don't want to wear that. And whereas here, the use cases are obvious. It's a headphone, it's entertainment, it's music. Wait, music, but then I can see music because I got a display. So you can stream music videos, and you can play games, and you can tweet, you can like take pictures and share them instantly, and on and on and on. But the point is that consumers they have an anchor in their minds that says it's a headphone, entertainment, and then they can discover all the other stuff that it can do. Yeah, exactly. Right. We're working exactly. We have an SDK where you can throw the user interface on your phone. So you can use your phone as a mouse, you can use it as a keyboard. Easy, right? Everybody has a phone, it's got a touch screen. But you can do that. That works. Actually, it works.
Great. Thank you very much. Do you have a card? Okay, how about I give you mine? Why don't you email me? Actually, that's me. You can have one of these too. But yeah. Oh, well, it was a nice intricate model. I do a lot of 3D printing and design work, so that's my major company, but I do a podcast called All Things 3D, both YouTube and audio, obviously. Easy to remember, All Things 3D, but what I'd like to do is email me. I'd like to have a more intimate conversation. You have an exciting looking project. Sounds good. Nice.
This works half the time.
There we go. It's got an NFC in it, huh? Great, thank you. Well, this is very interesting. So we went from, as he mentioned, augmented glass alley into what appears to be some tools to be able to use. You can see in front of me, it looks like an interactive application to create augmented reality applications. So he appears to be busy right now, but I guess we'll come back or look for him later on. Although this is a little interesting.
Whether it will hit you after 5 minutes or 25 minutes, it will hit you.
So I'm not, okay, so we're in infinity augmented reality. Let's see. Hi. Do you have time for a brief summary of we'll just go ahead and watch what they're doing here.
I'll get out of the way.
Yeah, actually, I'll get over here. There you go. Can you kind of give me a summary while and I'll actually film it?
Just a second. Okay, we'll start the demo. Okay, go back one step and look to the center. You signal is sitting. There's a problem.
There it is.
Now follow the gun now.
Oh, excuse me, sorry. So there's what he's actually seeing in his display on the screen there. But obviously, there's a pterodactyl flying.
Now as we go, we are mapping the world, understand where they are, and start to project the graphics on top of it.
So again, it appears to be doing some surface mapping and then augmenting. Oh, there we go. It's opened up the roof And it appears very interesting what we're seeing here. The ability to map surfaces and then allow those surfaces to be interactive. So it's very interesting. Have a chance to talk a little bit?
Yeah.
I'm Mike Balzer from All Things 3D. Kind of just
Hi.
really quick, tell me what's going on here. Obviously, you got a cool booth. Who doesn't like dinosaurs? And obviously, with the movie coming out soon.
So you want me to explain what we do?
Yeah, go ahead and bring it up. Yes, please.
Yeah, so the name of the company is Infinity AR. What we provide is an augmented reality engine. What it does basically is 3D mapping of the world in real time. We track the head for position and orientation, and we track the hands for interaction. And what we mean is natural interaction, so we really can be able to grab virtual objects and move them around.
Okay. So let's get a little technical here. What kind of sensors are you working with? Is it
So the
time of
big
flight or?
yeah, so the thing with the solution is just using two cameras.
Dual
two
vision.
cameras,
Okay.
no depth sensors. So the advantage is you can work in any environment. You can work outdoor, multi-user. It's very low on power, and it's very cheap because just simple cameras.
But the caveat behind that is normally with dual stereo, the depth information requires a little more processing. So I noticed these glasses are attached to a laptop.
Yeah.
So currently they're not mobile, so you'll have to have them fixed to a laptop or a desktop
Yes.
system. Is that
Yeah,
going to
exactly.
change?
Yeah, so this is only a prototype at
Okay.
this point. In September, we're planning a release with
Okay.
a full product. It's going to run on a Snapdragon 800 with an
Okay.
Android operating system. And basically all our algorithm required is a single ARM core running everything on it.
Okay, so it'll be mobile at that point.
Yeah,
No longer
definitely.
require a desktop or a PC.
Yeah.
Okay, very interesting. And a Snapdragon 800 is adequate for that?
Yeah, yeah.
Huh, interesting.
So we invested in a lot of optimization of the software, and it does that.
Okay, very interesting. And you said it's going to be released this
September.
September. Do you have a price for it already?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah. Just
Care
to
to
explain
estimate?
so just to explain the business model, we do only the software. We integrated with any glasses, and we sell SDK for developer. Okay.
Okay, so
Now the pricing is something similar to the Unity model. We just per developer seat.
okay.
Okay. And we're going
Okay.
to
Well,
publish
the Unity model
pricing
also
with-
has a free version. Are you going to have a free low end, or so that somebody can get their feet wet with it, see if it's what they need, or?
Yeah, we're going to do that.
Okay.
We didn't publish the pricing yet, so
Okay.
it's going to be available with.
You have a business
close to
card
the
so I
release.
can keep track of you?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Just a second.
Here, I'll give you a bookmark too. That has my website, which also has our podcast website on it as well. Great. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much.
A lot of exciting products here today, huh?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's interesting how a number of people use toys. Huh. So again, we have a plug-on working with Unity. Hi.
Jump in and see the demo?
Well, actually, I'd like a little summary if somebody wants. We're streaming live. I'll tell you what. I'll go across and then come right back.
Do it, man. He might give you some talk. He might be.
We're streaming live right now on this. and we-
Okay, so my name is Greg
Go ahead and bring
Worth.
the mic.
My
There
name
you
is
go.
Greg Worth, and I'm Vice President of Marketing with Vango Imaging.
Okay.
And so Vango Imaging is a 3D computer vision software company.
Okay.
And so one of the things we're demonstrating today is the ability
Go ahead.
to do 3D object recognition, and that's what this demonstration is right now. So we're totally hardware agnostic.
Okay.
And our software is running as a Unity plugin This is just an off-the-shelf Android tablet, and
Okay.
that's an Occipital 3D sensor.
Okay.
And so we've told the system ahead of time what to look for. So inside our system, there's a model of a duck. And if I take this duck away, I put it back. We threw the wings on here to show you that we can track the object in real time.
Very interesting. Okay.
So, and you can do multiple objects. Now, the next challenge is, suppose you don't have a model of that particular item. So what you really want to be able to do is be able to hold the model in your hands, hold it underneath a sensor, and actually create a model. And that's what we were demonstrating here a little while ago. So I can actually take an object and I can hold it underneath the skin or rotate it with my hands. And even though my hands are being scanned, as I rotate the object, our software can determine what is part of the model and what is part of my hands. I end up with developing capturing a real 3D model.
Okay, interesting.
That can then be used and tracked in real time. Once it's learned what the model looks like, well, we can then track this model dynamically as it moves and the position changes.
I noticed that's a different sensor.
I'm sorry?
That's a different sensor there.
Yes, that's right. The first example we showed is a Occipital sensor, a 3D sensor, and this is a sensor from Intel, their F200 sensor.
Okay, F200, all right, which is very similar to the it's a time of flight
right.
type.
Okay. Well, I think they use similar. They both use a structured light approach.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you very much.
thank you.
Very interesting. Thank you.
Are you streaming that live?
Yeah.
Okay. Where does that get streamed to?
Google Hangouts on Air. So it's Google Hangouts on Air.
Okay.
So as soon as we're done here, it archives. So it'll be viewable as soon as now, which is whether I also do some offloading and also some V360 panoramics.
Thanks.
Thank you. Yeah. Hi, you got a couple minutes to tell me what's going on in the booth?
Yeah.
Go ahead and hold the mic as close as possible to your mouth. Yeah. All things 3D. We do pretty much everything 3D. We have a weekly show, 3D in Review. We do every Friday. Sorry about that. We do a weekly show called 3D in Review, as well as we do interviews and obviously come live. We're doing a Google Hangouts on Air, streaming live right now, and then I'm offloading. So what essentially are you working on here? Hi. How are you?
We are actually Doota Soft, a French company from Paris and France. And we're presenting our augmented reality framework, the Doota player, which you can see here. And it's actually a framework that allows you to visualize 3D data, CAD content, in a framework that is designed for the industry, for manufacturing, prototyping, quality control, etc., sales and marketing as well.
Okay.
So maybe I give you a small demo. Just 1 minute. It's a little bit more difficult.
So what I see there is that's an engine block.
Yeah. Actually, we can film the engine block and we track it automatically. It's a markerless tracking technology.
Okay.
Which is very robust and stable and allows us to. I don't know if you can see the.
I can see it.
So
so essentially, the digital data or the augmented remains where it's supposed to be, and then also we can do animation that works.
Yeah. So we can re-track the engine block, and then visualize any kind of content. So what is interesting is that the system allows you to, the software allows you to use your CAD content directly. So, which is very interesting for our partners. So they can use their tools that they use to, like CATIA, to create all their content, and then using our Doota Connect module to create an augmented reality experience that they can visualize directly on the tablet or on a projective system or even on glasses.
Okay, it looks like you have a Microsoft Surface there.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you using in order to track it? Just the standard cameras, or is there something on the back?
In that case, it's actually the integrated camera.
Okay.
But we also have an advanced tablet with an own design with an add-on.
Okay.
With a camera that is more powerful, more precise, has the image quality is better, so we can have a better, stable, and precise tracking.
Okay, well, it makes sense. You get better
Yeah.
resolution off of your own camera,
Yeah.
so you can delineate edges better.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
I should interview you to have more information on that device here. I mean,
Yeah, that's what everybody. Essentially, I've got 3 cameras running here. I have a V360, which is a panoramic camera, so it's recording that I will then later on convert and put up on YouTube, so you can literally see everything around us. This is just for offsite. So let's say my streaming, this is being streamed live to Google Hangouts. So if this deteriorates, I then fall back on this, and then I can take this footage and put it up there. So we have been about 2 hours now. We've been live, and right now we've got 3 viewers. But essentially, when I'm done, it automatically archives and it's available for viewing.
brilliant.
Yeah, I had a lot of work, but yeah, it's kind of cool. I've been using it since CES, and it's been very, very handy.
Is
And,
it too heavy all this?
not really.
No?
No.
You
Well,
just
I've got
do
the
it?
backpack, and it's, most of the weight is stable on the monopod, so I don't have to really heft it around until I go to the next booth.
Oh,
so,
yeah, that's correct.
So no, it works really well. I really like it.
Well, thanks a lot for stopping by
Thank you.
anyway.
Well, it's glad. I noticed you were using Windows tablet. I actually have to use a Windows tablet because it's the only thing that will do Google Hangouts on air.
Oh, that's
Apple or Google doesn't provide that, so it's the only way that I can do it.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you. Excuse me. Hi, you part of this booth?
Yes.
Can you kind of give me a little bit of a overall summary of what's going on here, other than an integrated circuit? Kind of neat. I like that.
Absolutely.
So kind of hold the mic up to your mouth.
Sure.
Okay. So hi, my name is Mike Bolzer from All Things 3D.
Nice to
We
meet
cover
you.
everything 3D. We also do a weekly show called 3D in Review.
Wonderful.
And obviously I come to conferences, and this is actually streaming live right now. We've got
Wonderful.
3 viewers. So
That's 3 more viewers than I normally have.
So what are we doing here?
Yeah, this is Markent's booth. Markent Labs is out of Dayton, Ohio, and St. Petersburg, Florida. We're here for the visual commerce platform. And visual commerce is a platform that allows us to do product visualization. So we built an app called the Lowe's Hollow Room, which, as you can see from our booth, kind of resembles something from Star Trek. The idea was you have a number of different products at Lowe's that are high consideration. They cost a lot of money. If you have to replace them because you don't like what you got, it's expensive and time consuming. And what's more, couples can never agree on what to buy there. Do I want to get the blue thing or the purple thing or the metal thing or the plastic thing? So the idea was we have a catalog of their products all modeled or scanned in 3D. And our app allows us to
I actually
visualize them.
I showed your stuff already on 3D in Review either last week or the week before. So yes, very exciting stuff.
Yep. So
your booth doesn't do it justice.
Yeah, you kind of got to see it to believe
Yes,
it.
you
So
do.
our booth was laid out like this to actually be able to try this out. I will say that the content is robust to lots of different kinds of visualization. So we wanted to be able to have a meaningful AR experience, which is what this texture is for. The camera on the iPads and other devices that support visual commerce are able to read this texture and determine the 3D
interesting.
position
Okay, so
of the
they're,
viewer.
other than just an image, the texture itself is
It's actually meaningful.
embedded in. Okay.
Yeah. So in Lowe's, this booth, which is 10 by 10, becomes a 20 by 20 room with 4 walls that reach up to the ceiling, and allow people to simulate being in lots of different kinds of rooms, an L-shaped bathroom, for example, or something with a triangular floor plan. And they're able to take a look down in detail at items or get back and see how the whole room looks all pulled together. We're also involved in VR. which is
Yes,
what they're
obviously you
trying out
see where
right
my
now.
eyes are focused right there. So
Yeah.
he's using obviously the Samsung Gear VR there.
That's right.
With the Note 4.
Yes, they're actually pulling down content via our platform for visualization right now.
Okay. So using the tracking or the embedded visuals in your graphics here,
Yeah, that's right.
You're using that to align the augmented images.
Yeah. So we're able to perform augmented reality with this texture. We can use the Vuforia for eyewear SDK to extend that to headsets, or we can do sort of the classical VR experience with the sensors that are already on board the Gear VR. And so they're able to independently operate right now without even really needing the booth for the demo they're experiencing right now. The Gear VR is a nice thing because, like the iPads, it's a lot easier to get a hold of one of those than, say, a HoloLens or one of the headsets that are still sort of in the rumors stage right now. Our platform is able to make use of all the technology that you can already get, as well as extending into ones that are still pretty new.
So you said that you have a establishment with Lowe's. What
That's
if
right.
I wanted to set something up? Can I get the same material from you?
Yeah, absolutely. We've had other major clients. We've worked with AZEK building products to do decking materials, pavers. We've worked with things that aren't even large product visualizations before. Last year we had Homiker Schlemmer, the sort of gadget catalog, and we were doing product visualization on top of the magazine. You'd flip it open to a page containing, let's say, the talking teddy bear that they were selling for Christmas, and the thing would pop up sitting there on the shelf, and you could interact with it on your
that's
screen.
interesting. Well, that's very intriguing. Like I said, we had talked about it, and now we can put a face to it. So I
Yep.
appreciate it. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Have a nice day. You too. Do you have a business card? We normally have guest crashers on our Friday show, so if you don't mind, I'll email you and see if you got some time on our 9:30 or 11. Normally I have our guest on at 10, so if you got time on a Friday,
Yeah, we'll see
Pacific
if we
Standard Time. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Hi, how are you? Well, I went in the wrong way before, so now I've made my way to your booth. So what do we do here? Go ahead and bring it close to your mouth. Go ahead.
We nowadays people usually post their opinions or read other people's review in the website, but even the product is in front of you. So we augmented this product's information or other people's opinion, reviews. So if you use our apps, just scan the products by our app.
Go ahead and bring the microphone a little bit closer to your mouth.
So you can find other people's review and like or dislike directly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So essentially you do object recognition,
Yeah.
brand recognition, and then from there it'll immediately pop up reviews and information about that product. Is that what I understand correctly?
Yeah.
Okay. So so you have, what is that, Harry Potter? Or so what country are you based from?
South Korea.
South Korea, okay. So how large is your library of objects for recognition?
Now we have 10,000 products and 8,000 information of books, and we broaden our database.
So are you also, as this app, what platform is this? Looks like an Android phone, or is that an iOS phone there?
Both.
Okay, so you have it on both platforms. Is there a cost to the application?
I know it's free application.
Okay. And what if I wanted to add my own products? How would I be able to do that?
You can just register our items, take a photo.
Oh, okay.
And then it's already in our server.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay. So as people use it, you accumulate that information to expand your library.
yeah.
Very interesting. Okay. Excellent. Do you have a business card? Can you mind if I get it?
Yeah.
I'll have to try it myself. Exactly. I don't know what's free nowadays. Well, thank you very much. Enjoy your day.
Well, check calendars. Let me know when it works best for you.
Actually, Friday might not be a bad day.
Yep, we are.
Do you have your packet?
I certainly do, yeah. Cards, the brochure.
Good question. How do you detect your hand movements?
So hand movements, we can basically do that with the vision camera.
Okay.
So, you know, like when I'm going into these bins here, we're actually breaking this reflective tape with our hands. So that's detecting, you know, where I'm letting it in place. But we've also done some interesting things with gloves too, where you can detect where the hand is in three-dimensional space.
But still you need a camera for that, right?
Yes.
Which limits your workspace?
It does not, because you can have multiple cameras.
Okay, yeah.
It's just like you have multiple projectors. So you tell us what the workspace is, and we'll size the right number of projectors and cameras to accommodate it.
Is it IR or a color camera?
It's pretty much IR, because that takes out any of the issues with ambient lighting changes and skylights and all kinds of other things.
Did you have any cases where you have like a bunch of lighting and it interfered with IR section?
Yes, we do. Yep.
Do you guys have any other examples where you use collaborative robots?
Did we scan you in?
Yeah, no.
Did we get them? No. Okay.
And if you got time to give me a brief overview, I'd appreciate it.
You bet. Yeah, sure thing.
In fact, it looks like we might be able to do it right now.
Right. I'm sorry, what's the question?
Do you have any other examples of where you use collaborative robots or robotic technology in this type of application?
Absolutely. So just like we were describing here, it's a military application, so we can't go into a lot of detail because of the NDAs, but it is the robot is picking up a big, let's say, an aircraft part, and weighs a lot of pounds, and it presents it to the person. Now, whenever you got a person working together with a robot, you know, you have to make sure the person, from a safety standpoint, is synchronized with the robot. That's where Leica comes in. Tells them where to stand, tells them what to do, and we're interfacing directly with a robot PLC, so that, you know, the person's working together, you know, with the robot in that case. So we're guiding them through a lot of different manual processes. The person backs out, the robot does its thing, the person steps back in, we're guiding them through that. So those, just almost like you saw here, same type of thing with robots and people working together.
So this is exactly what I envisioned when we first started, except I was going to display from underneath with monitors through clear plexi or whatever.
Yeah, we can actually, if that, like wiring harness boards. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do you, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So a huge portion of our business now is moving away from mechanical and going into electronics.
Okay.
Right. So wiring diagrams, wiring harnesses, circuit boards.
Yep. So all those wiring harness boards, you know, that are unique to a part number can be just one board, and we guide somebody how to set it up for each part number, and then, you know, how to route the wires with different colors here, from here, termination points, all of that. So,
okay.
Yep.
That's exciting. It's so exciting. What about that's okay. That's great. So you know what I'll do is I'll check calendars as soon as I get back, and I'll set up a meeting with yourself.
Perfect.
And my manager.
Sounds great.
Okay.
All right. Good to meet you. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah.
Great time.
Great demonstration. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi, I'm from All Things 3D, and we do a podcast/YouTube channel, and I'd like maybe a brief summary of what you have going on here.
Very good.
I overheard a little bit about the robotic system and military operation, but maybe we can go back to the beginning a little bit and kind of
Sure.
Here, go ahead and grab the mic for me.
Okay.
And hold it as close as you can to the mic.
Is there a way I can do the demo for you as well, or just talk?
Sure. No, you. Yeah.
Okay.
If you can do the. Do you want me to hold the mic?
Could you, if that'd be all right? That way I can kind of talk and show at the same time.
That's fine. Let me turn up the mic then. So is the robotic system next to your work?
It does.
Okay, so that's what we're actually going to see, right?
Yep.
Cool. So the robot looks very familiar. I don't remember the name of it. Baxter.
Yep.
Actually, there's a reason. That's actually my icon. Long story, but one of my identities is Ted Baxter. And
oh yeah.
So what are we going to do here?
Okay, ready?
Ready.
All right, great. So my name is Paul Reisner, President and CEO of Ops Solutions with Leica Systems. and we're going to demonstrate light guide systems at work. In this case, building a precision fuel injector using our augmented reality digital canvas. So as you can see on the work surface here, we can scan in this particular part number that needs to be assembled, and we're going to guide somebody through stocking the parts. So you can see we're going to take each of these parts and based on the pictures here, put them into the right bin. So the spacer goes right here, the spring cage goes here, check valve cage, straight tip, spring seat, and check valve. So I've got everything stocked, ready to go. You can also see that if there's a bin that's out of alignment, there's a red X that turns on. Oh. So people can see that there's something that's not quite right. It's also telling me I'm missing my subassembly right here. Big X right there. As soon as I put my subassembly in the right location, the red X goes away. So now we're going to advance to the first step of the assembly process. And you can see we're going to be guided to select this part and where to place it in this fixture. We're showing a video here so that somebody can see through the video exactly what needs to be oriented in the fixture. Okay. And so I'm going to use a virtual push button here to advance me to select the right part and where to place it on this subassembly.
For our audience, I'm going to pan up a little bit. There is a projector above the table here. Okay.
So now I'm going to advance to the next step here. It's got another part selection. If I go into the wrong bin, you can see that it does not advance to go to the next step as part of a no faults forward operating philosophy. Okay. And it also is now giving me the red indication that I did something wrong. I go into the right bin, it advances to go to the next step. I use my virtual push button to select the check valve cage. I select it here. Little video that plays right here showing me exactly how to subassemble these two parts. I go to the next step. It shows me where to place it. Select the spring cage, advance to the next step, straight tip. So literally, without any paper, without any wires, and really without any training, somebody could build this fuel injector exactly the right way the very first time that they built it, just by following lights. Wow. The other thing that's happening is the cycle times are being shown over here. So it's telling me I'm 3 seconds over my cycle, and the cycle times are being recorded for every step of the process. So you're getting a real-time time study. And then finally, we can do collaborative robot type applications as well. Okay. So when I am ready to be able to have the valve nut placed in the right location here, I can have a robot that can actually pick up some of the parts that are heavy or maybe some parts that might require a little bit more dexterity. And the robot does the heavy lifting for me. And it basically just drops it right in my hand. It's a really cool robot. So we like to make sure we can congratulate it for a good job. And now we're able to complete the assembly of this fuel injector. So it's an augmented reality collaborative robot application. L2F is our channel partner here on the west side. Okay. It's great to be working with them on
AKA Baxter.
Like this.
Well, thank you very much. Very neat. Very interesting. Thank you.
It's much harder. Get used to the mirror section. Yeah, the mirror. Yeah, place it on there.
So you think you could give me a little bit of a summary of what you're doing here?
2 minutes. Our still go, and my English is not very well. Okay.
Okay. Hi, I'm from All Things 3D. Okay, how are you? Do you mind giving us a brief summary? Kind of give me an overview? Sure.
What are you looking for?
Probably a summary of what we're doing back here.
Gotcha. Just on camera. Oh, I can't do it. I'll find somebody.
Okay. Well,
You want to hang here? You just want someone to give you like a 2-minute overview of kind of
Yes,
what we're showing
please.
the shop? All right. Be right back. Okay.
okay. I've got a 360 panoramic camera. I have a webcam hooked up to a live streaming Google Hangouts on Air, and then a backup HD camera here.
Hello.
Hi, name's Mike Balzer. From All Things 3D.
Hi, I'm Reagan Wynn, comms manager for Daqri.
So please tell me what this is all about.
Okay, sure. Is this you're just going to do one long feed, or you just want sound bites and I need to incorporate the
Actually, we're running live right now.
Oh, awesome. Okay, well, hello everyone. Hi. Where am I looking?
Any one of them.
Oh, there's like 9 cameras up here. All right. Hi guys.
Hi. So we have actually one viewer right now.
All right.
We
Cool.
had.
Hello, one viewer. I'm Reagan. I'm with Daqri, and as you can see, we have our booth here at AWE 2015. This is the future of work, and what we're showcasing in there is some of our hardware and software products that allow our enterprise customers to do work better, safer, and more effectively.
Okay, interesting.
So I can't give you the full rundown. We can get a little closer.
Sure.
Come on, let's go this way. You can see we've got demos of some of our products inside, but
Okay.
I can't currently take you in. That's what the velvet rope is for. But if you want to come around this way, I'm going to show you the other aspect of our company.
Okay.
And this is our open source initiative. So this back of the booth is kind of like a little park. So you've got the industrial, the more enterprise focused, and then you've got our dev community, and that's what this kind of open source area
Great.
is.
Well, that's interesting.
And what's really cool about this aspect is that AR Toolkit's been around forever. They just joined the Daqri family. We acquired them about 6 weeks ago.
Okay.
And so it's really, really exciting to have them as part of the team because we've been wanting to see more innovation in augmented reality. And we think making all of the tools of AR Toolkit available to everyone, not just the original open source initiative, but their actual pro software or pro SDK. It's all open now for everyone. So that's a really, really exciting for the industry, for us at Daqri, for the AR Toolkit guys. We're all really, really, really excited. So in a nutshell, that's the booth. I hope that answered all of your questions. Any other follow-ups or?
No, it's how does one apply for your I'm assuming open source toolkit?
Sure, you can. Yeah, you can just go straight to the website and you're able to download the SDK.
And it's R2 or rtoolkit.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right here on the website. You can see here with our contact us right here.
Okay.
You just go to artoolkit.com.
Okay. For augmented reality.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, great. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so let's see. Well, I don't know if we'll call it a day. Chat if you think I should, but I may be back out tomorrow and cover the other half of it and see what rest of our VR. Actually, let's see if we can hang out with Qualcomm here for a moment. See if we can get somebody from Qualcomm. Yeah. I've actually signed up as a developer, so I get a lot of. So, are you part of the Qualcomm booth? Okay.
We made those classes.
So let's see if we can get somebody here. There's a question. Hi. Do you have an opportunity to talk with me a little bit? Kind of explain?
Can't do an interview. You'd have to see one of our PR reps.
Okay. And actually, I think they had contacted me, so I'll just email them back and see about it doing it. Well, I've seen that a lot today. Thanks. Interesting. Well, like I said, you can sign up for the development. It's really easy. They have been working on augmented reality for some time. They've revised their SDK for some time. So let's see. Hi, you got it. I'm sorry.
Sorry, no.
You mind giving me a little summary of what you're doing here on All Things 3D?
Yeah. Sorry, I'll just.
No, that's fine. I apologize. Okay. So we're live on Google Hangouts on Air. So go ahead and tell me what you're doing here. Obviously, you got some vivid graphics back there that are blowing out my camera. But,
sorry about that.
That's
Heidi, would you
okay.
be able to put the headset on? Cool. If you come back to us, we'll be able to sort out some technical hitches.
No, well, how about just give me a summary? Because my audience can't see this, but I'm assuming you're using a Gear VR.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to, is it augmented or VR?
Yeah. So the big thing that we're really interested in is making it about the experience and the environment rather than about the technology. So we're originally we're a software and animation company, but then we were looking at how do you create an experience that's greater than the sum of the technology. So you can plug in technology to collaborate. So as an example, we've created an experience that uses augmented reality and virtual reality. So it drops people into a collaboration. So from day to day, walking around as humans talking to one another, it is often a collaborative, personal experience. And you're working with other humans, and it's an imaginative, creative space. But that sometimes can get lost in the insular world of technology. So we wanted to see, well, if we got this technology, put this technology together, get people to share it and have to collaborate together in order to solve an experience.
Okay, and then obviously we have the Gear VR. So you solve it as, let's say, in the real world, and then you don the headsets to experience it, or?
So the one of the clients would wear the Gear VR headset. They'll be placed in a maze. This is our prototype concept.
Okay.
Just kind of demonstrates it very simply. They get put in the maze, and in augmented reality, you get a top-down look of that person placed in the maze, and they have to work together in order to get out of the maze. But the possibilities are really huge. That we came up with the idea when we were working on architecture. We needed to create a very large-scale example of architecture visualization in London, and they needed to have several people in virtual reality that could have a walkthrough that wasn't a traditional fly-through. It needed to be so they could collaborate to work out where the best places in that space were. But we couldn't find a way of hooking these people up together. It was a very insular virtual reality, singular experience. So we created the software to solve our problem, so that people can stick 20 people across the globe into this world.
Well, I'll tell you what, give me a business card.
Yep.
I do a weekly podcast called 3D in Review. I'd like to have you on as our guest crasher, kind of talk a little bit more about it. I run a multi-stream studio, so we could actually show some video in the background with you interacting with it.
That'd be great.
So if you put a demo together. So I'd love to have you on.
Yeah.
So I'll give you.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with books anymore, but there's a bookmark for you.
I'm a traditional animator at heart, so it's all about pen and pencil.
Actually, when I was at Maker Faire, was it 2 or 3 weeks ago, they had this it was electric, but it was a little flip book type thing that rotated out. It was cool. So if you go out, I actually covered them at Maker Faire, so one of my videos shows them. Can't remember the name of it right now, but it was awesome.
Where are you based?
I'm actually in Morro Bay, California,
Okay.
but that's the San Luis Obispo County in California.
Okay.
Where are you at?
Well, we're based in Liverpool, in England, but we're staying in San Francisco for the next 7 days or so.
Well, I hope you enjoy yourselves there.
Seeing the sights and sounds.
Well, there's a lot to see.
Yeah. We'll hopefully see you soon.
Okay.
I'll just get my card.
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you very much. Hi, you got a moment to kind of tell us what you're doing here?
Sure.
I don't know, that sounded make you sound offensive. What are you doing here?
No.
If you mind grabbing the mic,
Sure.
hold it as close as you can to your mouth. And so I see gaming on your display back there. And how does that pronounce? Chayu?
Chayu.
Chayu. So I always get it wrong.
Close enough.
So what do you do?
We do custom software development, essentially development for hire. So we don't have any of our own products. They're all built, everything's built from scratch for our customers. So someone comes to us with an idea or a need, and we assign dedicated developers and a free project manager to them and help bring the idea to life.
So you're mainly a service that so if I came to you with an idea.
Development, the service is a service for hire.
Okay.
So we don't have any of our own products, and everything we develop our customers own once we're finished.
So from what I'm seeing here, obviously you work in a lot of different areas. You're in an AR, VR environment.
Right.
What part of your business applies to that?
Well, we work in a lot of different industries, everything from wearable technology or gaming kind of overlaps in this space. But we also work in healthcare, finance, banking, travel and tourism, online gaming, casinos.
Okay.
A lot of different areas.
Sounds great. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. I don't really have a real.
Yeah, this is enough. I think that I augmented reality on
So recording that at 2:28. Hi, what are you guys doing here, if you don't mind me asking? Give me a brief summary, please. Hi, I'm Mike Balzer from All Things 3D.
Okay, awesome. My name is Andrew Couch. I'm the founder and CEO of Candy Lab. Here at AWE 2015, we're announcing our product, Candy Bar. It connects consumers to marketers in a virtual world through custom branded white label apps that are powered by beacon and GPS augmented reality. It takes us about 3 weeks to onboard a marketer, a complete end-to-end solution. Once the apps are in the store, and we push the apps in the stores for the marketer's benefit, or they can upload them to their stores if they would like. They use our dashboards. It's powered by analytics, target, and social tools from Adobe that they can leverage. And we handle all of the hard work for the marketers to get the apps in the stores. That's pretty much what we do at our company. We're going on year 4 now. And just recently this year, we started working with beacons, which is great because our apps work horribly indoors with just GPS. So since we've added beacons in, we now can tell our marketers that they can do outdoor and indoor promotions through the same app, not just having to rely only on GPS.
So who's using beacons, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, so beacons literally, have only been available even for developers to use for not that long of a period of time. But we've primarily only ran GPS AR campaigns. Only now, we're announcing it here at AWE 2015, we're able to work with beacons as well. So our marketers can benefit from that newest addition to our platform. So our next campaign would have beacons and GPS. I believe Traverse, their app from OneHope, I think they're going to be using beacons at some point. They're starting off with just GPS. And that's the beauty of our system. You can use GPS standalone or just beacons as standalone, or you can combine the two together to send people either outdoors and indoors if you'd like for whatever campaign idea you have in mind.
Okay. Well, great. Well, I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Really exciting.
Yeah,
Thank you. Hi. We actually covered your product last week or the week before on our weekly show, 3D in Review.
I'm sorry?
We covered your product on 3D in Review last week or the week before.
Okay.
So very interesting. Do you have a chance to kind of give me a little overview of what you're working with? If you wouldn't mind holding the microphone. So,
all right.
I'm Mike Balzer from All Things 3D.
I'm sorry?
And I'm Mike Balzer from All Things 3D.
Okay.
And like I said, I do a podcast / YouTube channel. You'll have to hold the mic close to your mouth.
All right. All right.
And So it looks like you are doing augmented architectural.
Well, actually, we mostly focus on the furniture business.
Okay.
So basically, we have like a visualization platform that basically we create solutions for the furniture retailers and furniture manufacturers. And I can show maybe how it works. Like it's easier
Okay.
to
Yeah, actually,
like this.
let's see. Okay, go ahead, and I'll hold the mic above.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
So basically, here we have like a 3D view, interactive 3D view where you can view the products, and then we have like a different sort of like a visualization layers on top of that. So we have like an augmented reality, so like a photo-based augmented reality where you can take a photo and then augment the products on top of that. And then we also have this like a live.
Oh, very interesting. Okay.
Mode, so you can move the products around and rotate. So sort of like to see like how the products fit in the real space and get the visualization. And also like on top of the visualization, we also offer the sort of the connections for the pricing system. So if you have like CRM or something which contains the or like some backend that contains the pricing, we can also utilize that. And then also like to create the orders through our software. So it's really like a complete package.
Well, it's very impressive. And that is a 3D rendered chair that looks real.
Yeah, basically.
Do you have other objects that you can throw in there for me?
We have like, let's see.
So this is a service. If I wanted to create my own furniture line, I could use your application to do so?
Exactly. So we provide the platform and we also provide the service to create the models.
Okay.
So, options, and then also the AR, the photo-based AR, so we can just click on the photograph and then we get the augmentation within the photograph.
Very, very interesting. Cool. Thank you very much. Very interesting. Is this available now?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Is there a cost to it, or is the application?
Well, it's we work with the manufacturers and like that.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So you're a service, and then other manufacturers work with it. Great. Well, thank you very much. Hi. You got a moment to tell me what you're doing here?
Yeah. Can I let you speak with our salesman? So
Okay.
I security. So this is why we offer.
I'll come back.
Okay.
Hi. So, what are we doing here? Huh? Yeah. Yeah.
So, what we're doing, you have to hold them up?
Yeah. Go ahead and hold it up to you.
What we're doing here is we have an multimodal interaction system for repair workers, so the technicians, to help them out in the repair. So he's wearing this AR glass, it's a Lumus glass, and there's a microphone in front of him, and then there's a Myo hand gesture recognition device on his wrist. So he can use speech, hand gesture, and also he's looking at the 3D objects through the glasses. So he's going to have a command. So as you can see, he's seeing the first step of the repair process.
So speech recognition.
Yeah.
Translates what he's doing, so that way he has his hands to work. He can use his hands to work on other things and communicate.
Exactly. His both hands are actually free.
Okay.
So it's now going to the next step, and the system is, showing the second step. Now he can actually use his hands to, interact with the 3D object.
Okay.
It's with that only he can see, right? So we just in this screen you can see what he can see. So
Very interesting. So this is Bosch. That's
Yeah.
Okay. So is this still a prototype, or is this actually an operation?
It's a prototype.
Okay.
So anytime he can say hide, and the objects will be hidden. Now, the worker can actually do the real stuff on the actual hardware, and then once he's done, until step 3, he can say, okay, show me again, and that will actually bring back where he left off, and he can just continue from there. So now the system is saying, okay, you need a new touchscreen device. So you can ask like what the part number is of the device, and so it's now showing you. So this is very convenient because you don't have to use your fingers to type like what's the question. So you just ask what is the part number, and now he just ordered the touchscreen device.
Okay.
So it's really helpful. Yeah.
Very neat. So obviously, because this is a video that he's watching, it's augmented, you can also take this information and send it to an external source, an inspector or another technician or an engineer to collaborate.
Yeah.
So he could be literally the hands and eyes of someone else.
Yeah.
Very neat. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Can I take a picture of myself?
Sure. You want to hold it? Oh. Oh, yeah, go ahead. How about you hold? Here, I'll take a picture of you. Here we go. Yeah, there we go.
I really like it.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. Hi, you guys got a moment to talk a little bit? Just hold it close to your mouth. So what do we have here? Luxoft. What do we do?
As Luxoft, among other things we do in different industries, we also work heavily in automotive. And today we present here our automotive solution. This is solution is our computer vision and augmented reality framework we've developed to be used inside the car. And the goal of this solution is to take information from the live video feed from the camera in the car, take information from navigation system in the car, and augment this information with useful driver assist information, which shows you the warnings where you are too close to obstacles. It can show you your destination building highlighted. It can show you crossing and junctions, and it can help you drive basically in difficult conditions or assist you in some unknown area in much better way.
Oh, okay.
So the main, I think, advantage of this solution is that it works in the real car. It works on the car hardware. It does not require any additional computational power, just the car head unit. And it takes, again, the plain video feed. It does not take any special sensors, laser metering, distance metering things. So it just analyzes the live picture taken from the camera.
From one camera?
Yes, just one camera. This is the actual live demo.
Oh, okay.
So you can see that.
So obviously it's a two-dimensional image there. Okay.
And so we're shaking it, and it will adjust the picture here. So, and that's the main thing. Okay.
Wow. Very, very interesting. You know, obviously with Google and some other, I think there's a company in Israel who's got a LiDAR system that maps out in real time, or close to it, a 3D mesh of the entire environment to do something like you're doing with a single camera. So very interesting. Now, is there a database that this thing can go to, like right this little?
It uses car navigation system.
Okay.
So it just takes data from there.
All right. So you're just essentially scraping from that and bringing it. Okay. Excellent. Very interesting. A lot of clever things going on here today.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. Thanks.
And to be able to see it. I'll get to work like as soon as. But predominantly the same demo which is yeah, absolutely.
Hi, if you get a chance, do you mind giving me a little overview for all things 3D?
Sure.
Okay. You're gonna take the mic
Okay.
and just hold it close to your mouth. And so what do we have here?
Perfect. Okay. So we're talking about this. I'll give him a stamp. Don't mind.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize for
It's
that.
okay.
I
My
just
last one. Thank you.
sorry for intruding. I apologize.
No, this is awesome.
Thanks. So hi, I'm from All Things 3D, and we cover pretty much everything 3D, and this is a perfect place for it. We do a weekly show called 3D in Review, and so I'd kind of like, we actually talked about Intel several times, so now we're here in person. So what do you have in your hand? And obviously you've got some cool stuff at Intel.
Absolutely, thank you. We're talking about our Intel. We're talking about our Intel RealSense camera. This is the Intel RealSense 3D camera, what we call as R200, which is a rear-facing or a world-facing camera. This is the developer edition of it. We also have some prototypes.
Now, is that the Dell tablet, or that's just a prototype, right?
This is a prototype, and I see that same camera is kind of integrated into this.
Okay.
But
Now, didn't Dell also create a tablet that has the RealSense?
Yeah, that's a different camera, what we used to call as R100.
Okay, so this is a newer version.
It's an R200,
okay.
basically. This has like multiple cameras in it, and it also has an infrared projector. What we're doing is, using this, we are able to scan a scene or a room and then create a 3D map of it. So what we call as depth map. So doing that, you get a 3-dimensional world of your physical world, and then using that, you could do many things. And the demo we are having here is, we have created as you can see, there's a scene scan here, and then we are superimposing the world, the physical world, with like virtual objects. So for example, there's a virtual object like the helicopter in this place, and then the virtual object kind of recognizes all the physical objects in the in the world, right? So it knows that, okay, there's a cup there, and you can see now I change it to a robot, and then it can splash things onto
Because it understands the physical. So you have surface modeling that's going on in real time.
It's all happening real time. As you can see, there's a real time mesh construction that's happening. So I move from like scene 1 to scene 2.
Now, to provide that real time, obviously you need a little horsepower. Is this prototype something that's looking at in the future, or is that something that a laptop or a tablet has now? Or is that...
It is being demonstrated with our Intel Atom chips, which is our tablet processor.
Now, what about the rumors about the Microsoft HoloLens having the Cherry chipset in it? Does that sound familiar? Which I guess is the next step up in the Atom.
I'm not sure on that part of it. Sorry about that. Yeah.
But this is a standard Atom processor.
This is actually running Core. The prototype is running Core. This is actually a 2-in-1 form factor. There's a tablet on it.
Okay.
It's a tablet come laptop. So this running Core, but we'll also have a few things running on Atom too. So.
Okay, so that's just running on a standard core.
Running on a standard core.
Okay, is that an i3 or?
This one says Core i5 here. So.
Oh, it's an i5.
Yeah,
okay.
so i5.
That's what we're seeing right now. So it's running on an i5.
Currently, we offer a Windows SDK, which goes along with it. And as I mentioned, there's a developer kit where developers can go get this as a peripheral camera.
How much? What does it take to get one?
You could go to software.intel.com/realsense, and there's a place where you could go and order this camera, or we call it as a developer kit, and then you get a camera, and the SDK is free. Very soon we'll have an SDK for Android, so you could do it for Windows and Android. So.
Oh, that sounds very interesting. Now, the other concern or interest that I have is, since this is, as you said, depth mapping, what is the area of depth that we can look at?
Correct.
How far can it project?
So this one is currently, it needs a minimum of 0.5 meters. So have to be at least at a distance of 0.5 meters to scan it. And a maximum of 3.5 is where we have seen that we can render really good 3D depth map, depth data. We get good depth data. So 0.5 to 3.5 is what we are kind of.
Okay, so 3.5 meters.
3.5 meters.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anything further than that, this won't
Correct.
work
And,
with.
then as things get improved, I think if you go to like an outdoor scene, I think it does a better job too. So and the various other factors which play into the brightness and what kind of surface and a number of other factors which play.
So this is the RealSense 200, which
R200.
I'm sorry.
It's the RealSense R200.
R200, which obviously updates the previous version that you had last year, a year and a half ago, correct?
No, the R, that's a different
technology.
That's a different
Okay.
camera itself.
All right.
R100
All right, so you still provide that as well as the
this
new
is an
one.
R200
Okay.
is a different camera. So they're like multiple cameras. Intel offers like currently we focus on two. One is called the F200, which is an user-facing camera.
Okay.
Which is more
Oh,
front-facing.
so this is more external.
And this
That's
is more
right.
like world-facing, which is you're looking at the world. So
Okay.
yeah.
So the developer kit is available now?
The developer kit is available right now.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Thank you.
You have a business card? Okay, how about I give you mine?
Yeah, and then I can email you.
I'm also a developer and I do the podcast, but we'd like to get somebody on Intel for a more intimate conversation outside of it. So thank you. Okay, thank you again. Well, I have about covered everything here. Let's take a look at Epson real quick. You from Epson? Are you from Epson? You mind giving me an overview or a summary of what's going on at Epson?
We're developers for Epson team. Let me bring somebody from
Oh,
the actual
oh.
Epson team.
Okay, or you can tell me what you're working on. Obviously, you're one of the partners working with their goggles. You're part of Spinar? You're actually part of Epson. Okay. So why don't you take the mic, keep it close to your mouth. What do you do? Is it Spinar or?
Yes.
Okay.
Should I start?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay.
Go ahead and hold it.
Our company, it's Spin Augmented Reality. We have an app, universal augmented reality app called Spinner, and we also develop content for Epson Moverio. In this case, we have developed a video game called Ghost Hunter.
Oh, okay.
Which usually basically uses the gyroscope of the lenses.
Uh-huh.
So you have to look around and keep looking for ghosts. And,
Oh, okay.
Eliminate them with the
With the
gun.
ghost busting gun or whatever it was
Yes,
called.
exactly.
How fun.
And we also have developed a controller for
Yeah, I
Spiro.
saw that there. Now, you know that the Spiro was behind the new BB in the new Star Wars. So supposedly they're going to make the BB robot.
Yes.
So
Exactly, with the Disney accelerator thing. So yes, the first step we have done is build a controller. You actually can control the Spiro with a pad from the Moverio, and the next step is adding augmented reality to the ball as well.
very, very interesting. So essentially, you can use the ball to interact in an augmented maze or something like that.
Exactly.
Pretty interesting. Lots of cool stuff here, huh?
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry. Actually, right now we're streaming live, so we're on Google Hangouts on air. We have one viewer right now, and then when I get done, it archives it immediately for other people. This is my card. Do you have a business card? And we normally do a weekly show, and sometimes we do interviews as well. So I'll email you, and maybe we can get on and do a little bit more intimate, and you can give me a little bit more elaborate demo with not all the noise. Thank you very much. Hi. Are you part of Scope? Nope. Okay. Looks like they've got one person.
Sorry, ask the question again.
All things 3D.
Yes. Yeah, we do a podcast / YouTube channel, and we talk about everything 3D. What a place to do it, right? Sure.
Don't video me, please. But I don't care. But what is that thing on the left there?
All the way on the left is, and looks like we're dead right now. It's already, the battery's running. It's a V360, 360 panoramic.
Oh, for camera.
Right, so it's recording 4K video, and then I can take that, bring it into Premiere, convert it a little bit, and then jump it up to YouTube, and then you can use your phone and look around. So when we get done, maybe later on in the week, I'll edit that and put that up, and that'll be the VR presentation of this.
Yeah, it's curious. It looked very unusual. I've never seen it.
Yeah, actually, they're here. They're called V Mobile, and I don't know exactly where their location is.
I'll probably get to them because I'm working my way that way.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, and I've been pretty much everywhere, so they might have something small. Maybe look at your map. But I have either the marketer or the CEO or somebody. When I was at the registration booth signing in, I saw him there, and he had it, and I said, you know, I've got one of those. I said, but I'm probably your biggest pain in the ass because I got one of their first first versions of it. And it's version 1. It's got a little hiccups, but they're really moving forward with it. My biggest complaint with it is because I record with actual mics, I would have liked to feed it off like I do with this one here, off of my main audio driver here, and they don't support that right now. So that's really my major complaint. It's also a cylinder, it's not spherical. And YouTube they originally did cylinder, but now they only do spherical. So it seems to distort it more than it did when YouTube has a tendency to keep experimenting. So I've got like 5 or 6, if you go out to our All Things 3D channel, we've got 5 or 6 videos up there from Maker Faire a few weeks ago, as well as South by Southwest, and then the Autodesk Real 2015 show in 360. But sadly, the audio suffers. And I was also invited to speak at, at Stanford at the Maker X, and that's also a 360 now. So you get a different experience. I also have a few experimentations where I went out on a walk with my dogs with it. So
is that what you do then? Is go around to the shows? And,
that's part of it. Like I said, I also do a weekly podcast / roundtable YouTube channel where we either have interviews or talk about stuff in 3D fabrication, 3D design, 3D scanning. And obviously, we do a lot of virtual reality and augmented reality. Sure. Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know, sometimes we exhibit at the Maker Faire. So I know it's not me, it's one of my colleagues who does that week, but that's works for those people.
Okay.
Which is why
Well, thank you. Well, I'm actually a developer as well. So, yes. So.
Well, we're always looking for authors if you're ever.
Well, my wife's a psychotherapist, and actually part of my story is that sadly she had a brain tumor, but the positive is she's doing excellent now. And we use some very unique techniques as well as 3D and medical scanning to provide the best care. Well, the story kind of caught fire, and it's kind of gone viral. Make did an article on it, and I've just been invited to go to Madrid, Spain for the TEDx on July 4th. So looking forward to that. Yeah. So who knows, we might write a book about it. You know, we've been very proactive because a lot of people see their doctor as their last course of action. And we're trying to tell people you don't have to do that. And even if your insurance is limited, it's not as limited as you may think. Plus, you just need to use these resources like the internet, some of the free medical scanning tools. But if you read the Make article, it was the last issue. I think they've got it online. Actually, if you go out to Make's website, they did an online, you can read about it. But, so like I said, she's already written a book. We did Video Gaming Addiction that she was co-author on. So thank you very much. Thanks. All right, well, it appears that we pretty much covered about everything. Excuse me. Oh, go ahead. Excuse me, sorry. All right, well, I have pretty much covered today. I will do a summary tonight, and then I will come back tomorrow and see who I missed and see if we can get a few more interviews. We may have some off-site interviews as well lined up later on. But here is a last-minute view for today at the AW conference, which is the Augmented World Expo at Santa Clara, Santa Clara, California. And I appreciate your views. Thank you. Bye.